All right, let's roll. The Wicked Wednesday has begun. The pimps, the players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between, from Costa Rica to California, Montreal to Minnesota. The late night anger management class has begun. It's the Wicked Wednesday, which means Babano will be stepping up and in. And Babano, no doubt, will have some thoughts on Mike Sherman being named head coach of the Montreal Alouettes. That's right, Mike Sherman, former head coach of the Green Bay Packers and the Texas A&M Aggies, most recently the offensive coordinator of the Miami Dolphins. Sherman was actually the one that converted Ryan from wide receiver to quarterback. And that's why Sherman was, Tannehill was good in college, Texas A&M with Sherman. That's why Sherman got the job as the offensive coordinator with the Miami Dolphins. They thought that he could turn Tannehill's NFL career around. Remember him, Ryan Tannehill? He'll be back next year. Tannehill was actually getting better, too. It's too bad he got hurt. Well, I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. I'm supposed to hate the Dolphins, but I really don't dislike them that much anymore. I will if they cost us a playoff spot in 2 weeks, but I've got to worry about the New England Patriots first. But in all actuality, they have to worry about the New England Patriots. I don't play for the Buffalo Bills. I play for Team Sports Rage. And Team Sports Rage has money on Louisiana Tech on a money line. If you watch Game Time Decisions today or my Plays of the Day video, I said, you know what? Throw out the point spread. Throw out the point spread. Louisiana Tech on a money line. And it actually went up to plus 160 as well. I don't want to mush this thing. They are leading by 32 points. It is 42-10. SMU scored a touchdown right at the end of the first half. It's been a train wreck. I think they've turned the ball over 4 times. They're just not prepared to play. You often see this in bowl games where one team shows up, and really the enthusiasm factor is a hell of a lot in capping these football games. It really is. Don't underestimate it. You're coming into tonight, I kind of figured SMU aren't a good bowl team. And I'm going to tell you, teams from Texas are kind of flaky, man. I think teams from Texas are generally overrated. I've noticed a pattern of these teams with kids from Texas. They'll roll over. They'll roll over. We see a pattern happening. We also see a pattern happening, and we've seen this pattern over the years, and it's something to keep our eye on right now, in which if the coach leaves, the team loses. It's pretty simple. Like this bowl stuff, don't think it from an X and O standpoint. This team does that team does this. Man, they haven't played in a couple of weeks. It's all fucked up. The bowl games are weird. There's no one in the stands. It's a weird deal, these bowl games. But you look at the Oregon Ducks. The Ducks lost Willie Taggart, their offense, and they had Jim Leavitt there. So Jim Leavitt's their defensive coordinator. Jim Leavitt didn't leave. Willie Taggart did. Mario Cristobal takes over, but Willie Taggart ran the offense. Look at the Oregon Duck offense in the Las Vegas Bowl on Saturday. Putrid, pathetic. Their offense, but their defense was good. Why? Because their defense wasn't rattled. Their defense wasn't messed with. Same guy, Jim Leavitt, coaching the defense. You had a new guy suddenly. Suddenly the guy, Willie Taggart, who has been the offensive brain trust of the team's gone. And, yeah, they leave the playbook behind, but it's just not the same. Who's calling the plays now? You have the playbook, but it matters. And, when are you calling the plays? Similar situation, Chad Morris, one of the best young coaches in college football with SMU, leaves, goes to Arkansas. I mean, it's bullshit that the coaches are able to leave like this. But anyways, the coach leaves, goes to Arkansas. Look at SMU. SMU had the 8th highest scoring offense in college football. They can barely get a first down. It's deflating when your coach leaves, too. Then kids start thinking, well, fuck, who cares? The coach didn't even care. He split. Why am I even playing in this game? So we'll look at the rest of the bowl schedule and see if we can identify other teams that are sort of in this spot. The Ducks, lost in this spot, and now SMU's losing in this spot. yet. It's, the game's not done yet. I've got the over as well. Speaking of the over, I've also got the over in the Lakers and the Rockets game. I got a bad number at 233.5. I wouldn't accept my wager after I tweeted it. I thought it was in. It wasn't. So I got 233.5. I grabbed the Rockets on the money line when they were down by 8 points at plus 130. And, fuck, man. They just missed 2 putbacks. Lakers are playing well. I'll give them credit. Listen, the Rockets have only lost 1 home game all motherfucking year, all right? And that game that they lost was to the Toronto Raptors. For the record, I'm on the San Antonio Spurs tonight, plus 3. Babano will join us in about 8 minutes. Steps up and in. Mike Sherman, head coach of the Alouettes. CFL's getting a little bit more interesting. You got Mark Trestman, June Jones, now Mike Sherman. I swear, like I told Cam today, Cam Stewart, if you would have offered me $1 million, I never would have guessed Mike Sherman. Mike Sherman's like that dude that wanted to be the judge the other day. You ever been in a courtroom before? No. It's like, you ever coached in the CFL before? No. Do you know anyone in the CFL? No. Have you ever watched the CFL? I've heard of the CFL. I've heard of it. I don't know what Mike Sherman's experience in the CFL is, Mark Trestman didn't have any CFL experience either when he became a head coach in the CFL. Jeff Tedford didn't either, and Jeff Tedford was terrible in the CFL and quit. Like, we've seen a lot of, big-name college coaches and NFL guys coach in the CFL and not have success, and some of them had success. Marv Levy won 2 Grey Cups. If not, maybe 3. All right, so the second half has started. Louisiana Tech moving the football. Nice to see they're not taking a pedal off the metal. There's a flag on the play. And basically, I think if we just blindly bet against teams from Texas, I think we're going to win. I see we got Big Man on campus in the chat. What up, Big Man? And me and Big Man in the big leagues today. I stumbled upon it upon accident, too. I was looking just for some fantasy stuff, and I saw, Roto experts, and I clicked it, and it took me to the New York Daily News. And it's funny because I read the entire story on the Daily News website, and I didn't even notice the video. I noticed the video, but basically Morency Unfiltered from yesterday is on the New York Daily News sports page website. So on one of the pages, on the football page. So one of the so I'm reading the story and I sort of see the video of the but whatever. I always see my own videos. Like, I always have YouTube open and I see I'm not watching them, but you know what I mean. So I didn't really think anything of it. It was early in the morning and stuff. Then I sort of look and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, Morency Unfiltered's on fucking the New York Daily News fucking football page here. Pretty cool. And I thought, oh man, what did I say? That was really crazy, but so now Big Man on campus, big star. New York Daily News. All right, so we've been in the New York Daily News before. We had an article in the Daily News last year. They generally don't show my videos because I'm a little edgier, and I don't take it personal. I bitched about not being on the Dish Network, and then they put me on the Dish Network, and the Dish Network complained. So I tend to not really push for too mainstream things too much. because I know it's going to end in in a call to an office at some point. Last night we were talking about traveling to Kabul in Afghanistan, and I said I'd last about 17 minutes. I think I'd leave the airport within 17 minutes. I'd be in the back of a van and tied up. It's the same thing. Like if I worked for a really mainstream network, it'd probably last about 17 minutes. Thing is, mainstream networks are insane. There's always going to be like a little thing. You can say 99 things right, but they'll always get upset about one thing or the other. Problem is now too, all corporations like that own sport, that own like sports media, generally own sports teams. And if they don't own the sports team, they have a relationship with the league, Like if you work on ESPN, you can't just say whatever you want about the NFL. Like, I couldn't Bomani Jones pushes it. Bomani really says what he's, whatever he wants really, but even him, Bomani will stay in sort of the hot topic issues and be edgy with them. But you can't go on ESPN and say that Tony Corrente and Pete Morelli are probably corrupt because they're Italian. Like that's not going to fly on ESPN. Like you'll have a fucking problem pretty quickly. Fortunately, the network that I'm at, Mike Cardano, who's one of my bosses, brought it up himself. And Mike Cardano's Italian. And he even admitted, he goes, yeah, it kind of looks bad. Yeah, so the CFL, Mike Sherman. I am a Montreal Alouette fan, so we've done stupider things. I remember Dan Hawkins, Boise State. He lasted 5 games. I remember that hire. I was like, this is not a good hire. I was like, why would you hire Dan Hawkins? Like, what's this guy going to do? He's going to preach fucking, to hate gay people? Dan Hawkins is part of like that crazy fucking like anti-gay group. Like, I forget what they're called. Tony Dungy's part of them. Hawkins lasted 5 games. I think Sherman will last, though. And from what I understand, Johnny Manziel is signing in the CFL in a couple of days. Remember before, like, he met with Hamilton. They basically said next year, stay out of trouble. Well, he stayed out of trouble. And I think it's coming up next week. I saw there was an announcement or something. You got June Jones and Johnny Manziel with the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Not official yet. June Jones is the coach, but they're in talks. They already met with him. They did it the right way, actually. They did it the right way with Johnny Manziel. Like they could have forced it last year and brought him in. They didn't. They said, listen, we like what we see, but, keep it up type thing. And he wasn't in the best of shape, Johnny Manziel. He was partying with Bobano and stuff. And now Johnny, that's the big concern that I have. That Johnny Manziel, I'm going to break a story, actually, when he signs. I'm going to tell the mainstream media sites that, Johnny Manziel could be dangerous because Johnny Manziel's got buddies in Hamilton. Bobano, like we'll show a picture. Yeah, this guy's a big handicapper. He's up to no good. And, Johnny had bad influence on Johnny. Part of Johnny's posse, the party posse. The Hamilton Tiger Cats don't own the rights to Colin Kaepernick. The Montreal Alouettes own the rights to Colin Kaepernick. Well, he's a free agent, but the Montreal Alouettes were the ones that contacted Colin Kaepernick. The Alouettes are always on the edge of that shit. The Alouettes wanted Tim Tebow. going back to when I was a kid, the Alouettes have always been. Nowadays, it's the Argos. The Argos, like growing up, like the Argos were the team that would spend money on NFL, Doug Flutie and Rocket Ishmael. The thing is, the CFL used to pay more than the NFL. Now it doesn't. The CFL got in trouble when they did that. They went in over their head. But I had Rocket Ishmael on my show, and I asked him point blank. I said, "Why did you sign with the Toronto Argonauts instead of the Oakland Raiders?" The CFL got in trouble when they. And he said that Al Davis met with him and told him, "We're going to take you third overall." What are you doing, Babano? Why can I talk, Babano, without the screen kind of jumping in every 2 seconds here? Yeah, Rocket Ishmael said Al Davis told him, "We're going to take you third overall in the draft." But the thing is, the NFL had like a pay structure scale, and he basically told him, "Right, you're going to make $600K a year at the time or whatever." It was like a 3-year deal for like 1.8 million or 2.2 million for 4 years or something. And Rocket Ishmael was excited at the time. He was like, "All right, I'm going to be a Raider." And then John Candy and Wayne Gretzky fucking called him, and they flew a plane. They came and met him and shit. And he knew John Candy from movies and Wayne Gretzky, and they told him, fuck the NFL, we'll give you $1 million a year instead of this 600,000 shit. And basically they gave him a bunch of perks. We'll give you a house, $1 million and all this shit. They told him Doug Flutie's the quarterback. And Rocket Ishmael was like, yeah, game on, And same shit when I was a kid, Johnny Rodgers, Heisman Trophy winner with Nebraska. Same thing, man. Johnny Rodgers got drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles. And the NFL used to pay jack shit in those days in the 70s. Like it was like $72,000 they offered him. And the Montreal Alouettes offered him like $300,000. And man, suddenly Johnny Rodgers was on the Montreal Alouettes. It pretty much stopped in the Doug Flutie era. Doug Flutie was making over $1 million, and Jeff Garcia was making around $1 million and shit. There were guys in the CFL that were starting to make over $1 million bucks, and teams couldn't keep up with that shit, so they put a salary cap in place. Now the quarterbacks in the CFL still make pretty good money. They're making about $500K, which is pretty good. Like a NFL practice guy is making a hell of a lot less. A third-string quarterback in the NFL is only making about $550. So, like, if you're a guy in the CFL, like a guy like Ricky Ray, a good example. Ricky Ray's been in the CFL for like 10 to 12 years or whatever. Let's say 10 years. He's made like in between 5 and 700 fucking K, man, for the last 10 years. Like, he's a millionaire, or he could be holding a clipboard in the NFL and get cut in 2 years when they get a new punk to hold a clipboard. So the CFL, you can make money in the CFL. People are like, "Oh, the CFL doesn't pay." You think Mike Sherman's coaching for $40 a game? Like the CFL has money. It's just they're smart. They don't waste the money. They don't throw it away. Like evidently, Babano is not throwing his money away. He's sitting in the dark. Fuck. What's going on, Babano?
It's time to show the Christmas tree in action right here. This is what it looks like when there's no lights on. Isn't it a thing of beauty? Oh, Christmas tree, how beautiful it looks right now. Light bright, turn on the magic of colored light. I mean, and remember that old Light Bright commercial from the 70s and 80s? That's what it looks like. It looks like one of those little Light Bright things. You put the little pegs in, it lights up. It's a beautiful thing. It really, really is.
Yeah, I don't know if it's beautiful, but yeah, we can see the lights a little bit. I'm going to be honest, though, in the dark, you can't really even tell if it's a Christmas tree. It just sort of looks like, I like the Christmas spirit you're in, though, here, Babano.
Oh, I'm in a great Christmas spirit. I mean, it's been a crazy the last month or so from a betting perspective, more downs than ups, but I'm happy. It's a Christmas season, a lot to be thankful for. You're healthy. You're able to bet on sports on a daily basis, do something you love to do. Christmas time, New Year coming up, 2018, a trip to BC the first week, 2 weeks away. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a ton of fun out there with you and the rest of the Rageaholics that are coming down to Vancouver. So lots to look forward to for this guy. When the bad days hit, you got to take a step back and see, hey, things aren't as bad as they seem. You got a lot of good things to be thankful for in life. You live every day to its fullest, and you keep a positive mindset every day, no matter what goes on.
That's a good way, good attitude to have, Bubba Banner. You're right. Like I tell people, they're just games. You have to look at like sort of a investment, but you got to leave it at the office, so to speak. Not let it consume you, and then you will turn it around. I'm a little frustrated. I jumped in on the Rockets in money line in game. Man, they cut the lead all the way down to 2. It's a nice win for the Lakers. Rockets don't lose at home often. It's only the second time you lose on this floor. But I'm not going to hit my in game. I think I'm going to lose the in game by a couple of points. Like Houston kind of quitting. They don't have that. You know, I sensed it all night too that Houston just didn't have that energy tonight. They don't really seem to care enough. You know, the Rockets will be a good play in their next game against a good team. They'll be pissed off. I don't know. They're playing on Christmas or whatever. But let's see. It's 118-106 with a $140 now. Here's James Harden. Somebody's got to shoot. Like, they're not bombing threes even. Shoot, fuck. Shoot the damn ball. And they missed the 3. It's like they take forever to take the 3. They miss it. I've never seen the Rockets miss so many fucking putbacks, man. Fucking frustrating. Good thing we're slaying this college bowl game right now.
So the Rockets are human after all. They can do something wrong, apparently. I didn't know that was still the case.
Yeah, to the Lakers, no less.
It is a little surprising.
Like I said, they've only lost one home game all year. That was to the Raptors, if you remember when they went in there.
Oh, you haven't been able to beat them at what?
What's going on in the bowl game right now?
45-10.
45-10 right now. Slowing down a little bit. I don't like the looks of this.
All right. I think I'm scared. I was just about to say, I think I'm probably, based on what I'm seeing in the chat here, I'm scaring the fuck out of some people being in the dark. So I think the lights are going on. But I just wanted to show people, hey, this is what the tree looks like here. When there's no lights on, it really shines very nicely, very beautifully. All right, back in a sec.
To the Ranger, Ray. Papano's sitting in the dark.
All right, we're back. Normal.
See, people don't realize it. I have like a million lights on in here just to have like this. It's annoying. Like that's why, like on TV, you go into a TV studio, man. It's bright as fuck, man, with these crazy ass lights. That bright on TV. It's amazing how much light you need to get brightness going. But all right, here's Babano. Prepare everybody. I didn't mind you in the dark, actually, Babano, but now we're fully exposed. At least you have clothes.
Yeah, that's not happening. I mean, that chat room's going to 0 viewers in a hurry. If I'm coming in here stark naked, that's not happening anytime soon. Not ever.
Maybe if Taylor Stevens, you're right.
Yeah.
Taylor Stevens came in, so
yeah, I might be willing if she was by my side. Exactly. Yeah.
You need 2 teams to fucking dance, man, if you want to get it over. And this is so frustrating. I'm on Louisiana Tech, but I've got my concerns, man. I was happy when SMU scored. SMU scored at the end of the half because I was like, maybe this will give him a little shot in the arm coming into the second half here, but you know, we're not seeing it. Louisiana Tech are sort of taking the pedal off the metal a bit. I see them running the ball here, kind of getting sloppy. They're up 45-10. SMU, they've always been a gutless fucking program, man. And, you know, I brought it up earlier. These fucking flaky schools from Texas, dude, they always get their ass handed to them in these fucking bowl games. You know, it's pathetic. This is like last night with Florida Atlantic and Akron, where you can't get the over if one team can't fucking score. You know, I don't know. Like, you know, hopefully Louisiana Tech can score another couple of touchdowns and we can find a way of getting here because I'm starting to get worried about the over in this game.
And we're starting to see a pattern now. And I tweeted about this before the show about this so far in bowl season. We've now seen 2 teams, Oregon and SMU, coaching changes on the offensive side of the football in particular. Willie Taggart's an offensive guy. Chad Morris, an offensive guy with SMU. And we have seen these 2 teams, Oregon and SMU, amidst recent very sudden coaching changes, just look totally lifeless, lack of energy, lack of any sort of pop and spark out on the football field, almost like they're going through the motions. And we saw that with Oregon. We're seeing that here. SMU's turned the ball over 4 times. And I know some people say to me, well, they're just sloppy. No. Why do turnovers happen in football? You're not focused. You're not locked in mentally. And that's when you're not very protective of the football. You're not secure with it whatsoever. That happens when you're not focused. You're not locked in. You're not mentally sharp. And we saw that with Oregon. We're seeing that right now with SMU. And what's the common thread, the common link here, Gabe? Coaching changes, sudden coaching changes. Both of these guys have offensive backgrounds. You're seeing both offenses, Oregon in that game, SMU tonight sputtering. This is something to watch for moving forward. Arizona State comes to mind. Here's another one.
All games with interim coaches, essentially. It's extremely rare that interim coaches win. New coaches, and it's weird that Sonny Dykes comes in this spot. But interim coaches just don't win in bowl games. That's why it fucks teams over when these coaches leave so much. And the meaning, the purpose of these bowl games really, I hate to admit it because I'm a bowl fan, but they really mean jack shit. They mean something to one team more than the other all the time. That's the key, to find the enthusiasm gap factor between the two teams. Now, tomorrow night, Temple and FIU, I know that FIU are going to be fired up for this game. I mean, it's in Florida as well, but they've had a nice season. They're going to be fired up. They want to get to 9 wins. They want to get a bowl win. Lane Kiffin's done a great job with FAU, but FIU's not getting the same attention. But they won 8 games. Very impressive season. And Butch Davis has been here, done that before. He's such a good coach. They got the Cleveland Browns to the playoffs. But you got Temple. I don't think Temple will come in here rolling over either. They they played hard to get to a bowl game, Temple. So the enthusiasm factor, I think, is pretty much going to be there for both sides, which leads me into sort of, all right, but we're getting 7 points with FIU here. I'm leaning with FIU in this spot tomorrow, due to the fact that the enthusiasm factor, they're not going to be overmatched by Temple. Temple's offense is better, but it's pedestrian. And, FIU's got the best red zone offense in college football. They're going to be fired up for this game. They're going to get the 9 wins. I'm going to take the underdog in this game tomorrow.
I think FIU will be fired up. Butch Davis did a good job with that FIU program. Now, obviously not as good as Lane Kiffin and the other part of the state, Florida Atlantic, did, but still he did a great job. And this is another moribund, downtrodden program before he got there, and they've had a solid enough season, get to a bowl game, did a good job. Alex McGough played better down the stretch. You'll remember last year, Temple was one of those teams that didn't show up. They were a no-show last year in their bowl game, but totally different set of circumstances there. Matt Rule was on his way out. That didn't sit well with the players that he went to Baylor. Was very well liked by that Temple football program, by the players on his team, and they just absolutely laid a stinker against, I think, Wake Forest in the bowl game last year. I think you're going to see an uptick for Temple in terms of motivation. I think they'll be into this game. I know FIU will. I can't fault you for taking +7. My concern is Temple's, I think, the better of these two teams. If they're motivated, they could win this game, possibly cover. More than anything, I like over the total in this game. We've already seen it rise, Gabe. This total, 53.5. What is it now? 57 pretty much. This quarterback for Temple, Frank the Italian there, I'm just going to call him that because I butchered his last name. He's been really good down the stretch. Newtown, yeah. I mean, he's been very good down the stretch for this Temple team. Played his best football late. Temple was a good offense down the stretch, and FIU doesn't play much defense. That's the Achilles heel of this FIU team. But I think FIU is going to move the ball against Temple. I mean, Temple's red zone defense struggled every bit as much as FIU's red zone offense was good. So I think we see a higher scoring game. I like that totals move upward. I agree with it.
All right. So he's got a field goal from Louisiana Tech. Nice kick from the kid. Holy shit, this Rocket game, I gave up on it, actually. They're not coming back, but are you going to tell me I'm going to get screwed by the bad number that I got? It didn't accept my wager, but I looked away. What's the fucking score? Come on, open the fucking screen. For fuck's sakes. All right.
La Tech added a field goal, so it's 48-10 there.
Yeah, I see that. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Lakers are going to win. 120-114, 13 seconds left.
Yeah, but I'm going to win my over 233.5 bet that I gave up on. Fucking right.
There you go. See? Win one, lose one, get another along the way.
Yeah, I got a little greedy by jumping on the money line there, but I still just made a profit on this game. Boom. Oh, I needed that. Nice.
Hey, when
Okay.
you're betting as much as you do, my friend, you got to live with the ups and downs, the pitfalls, the roller coaster ride. That's the way it's going to be on a nightly basis. Just go with the flow.
Yeah. What's the in-game total now in this bank game? 74.5. Son of a bitch. It's hovering.
Question is SMU going to score again? I mean, Ben Hicks has been treated the football like a hand grenade tonight, the SMU quarterback. Just been one turnover after another. Get rid of the ball. I don't want any part of it.
I know. I could cash out right now to profit too, but we only need 2 more touchdowns to get to the over. I'm more concerned with my in-game over 75.5. That's what I'm sort of freaking out about. It's at 74. Now, we should get another 2 touchdowns here. These constant field goals for Louisiana Tech, but I'm impressed. That kid just nailed a long one. So, all right, where's the football here? I hate cashing out and sacrificing a loss. I just don't like admitting defeat.
How about North Kakalaki, North Carolina in college basketball at home to Wofford? They're down by 12, 59-47 with 11 minutes to go second half. I knew that spot was tricky for North Carolina. Big road win.
Plus 105 on the money line right now.
I don't know if I trust Wofford, though, to hang on to this lead. I mean, they've been so bad against step-up-in-class opponents prior to tonight. I mean, California blew them out. South Carolina blew them out. And here they are now in Chapel Hill and up by double digits midway through the second half. So I don't trust them to hang on to the lead.
Speaking of which, actually, here, let's give people a pick. This game tips off at 11 o'clock. I gave this on the TV show earlier today. The point spread's gone up. And I'm talking about the UNLV Running Rebels. UNLV are playing against Mississippi Valley State. And I expect this game, UNLV are going to fucking massacre them. All right, let's see. Let me get my bet in here. It was 31 earlier in the day. It's gone up to 32.5. And be careful. It's going to be maybe close to the number, but Mississippi Valley State are fucking brutal, guys.
Well, that's why it's a high number, Gabe. The books know, and especially the Vegas books know, they're not going to take any bets on Mississippi Valley State. It's a low-level SWAC type of team. The UNLV has repeatedly clocked teams like this over the head this season in these head-to-head games, especially at home. They know they're not going to get any Mississippi Valley action, so you're seeing a big-time tax attached to the UNLV in this kind of spot against this kind of opponent.
Mississippi Valley State are 0-11.
Yeah, they're horrible. They are.
They're an 0-11 team. You know, they've hung around in a few spots. They went to Utah. They lost by 40. They lost, Kentucky. They only lost by 13, actually. Oklahoma State, they lost by 21. They got fucking massacred the other night, 71-38 by Grand Canyon, the Lopes. Just beat the shit out of them.
Yep.
So, when the Lopes are beating you by fucking nearly 50 points, and like you said, the Rebels don't let up in these spots. The Rebels, they're trying to win back the love of the boosters and fight off the Golden Knight love. They like covering numbers. So, I would jump in on this, guys. The UNLV Running Rebels are 9-2 straight up. They're 8-3 against the spread. We know that they're not a good road team. All right, they lost that overtime game to Northern Iowa. They blew the cover against Pacific. But at home, they're just fucking killing teams. And, they're going to massacre these guys. I could see this. They should win by one massacre. They should win by 36. I'm going to say by 36-40. Let's say they win, 95-57 or something like that. I don't know. I think they should be able to cover them. Mississippi Valley State, the over 12-5-1 because they give up so many points, but I don't know how much they're going to be able to score here.
That's the big time concern.
49.5. Look, UNLV scored 90 points a game. Mississippi Valley State gave up 80 points a game, or 79.3. So you figure, UNLV is going to get to their 90. What's Mississippi Valley going to get to? 50, 55? Yeah, it leaves you at 90 to it's like 145. I like betting overs, Babano, but I'm not going to touch the total on this. But the problem is, UNLV are 9-2 to the over, for fuck's sakes. I mean, they do just their games go over because they score so many fucking points. It's hard to say bet the under on this, but it's 149. What's your take on the total?
Total's tough. It really is, because you don't know how much Mississippi Valley State's going to get. Are they going to be in the 40s? Are they going to hit 50? That's the question. And what's UNLV do defensively when they get up in a big margin? Do they continue to tighten the screws and not let this team breathe?
UNLV doesn't play defense, really. They do a bit. They got McCoy, but, like average teams have scored on them. Like, let's look at a good example, actually, we could use here. It landed right around this fucking number. Is Prairie View. And I remember I bet on this game. We all did. And they beat Prairie View A&M 98-63. So that would get us to 158, actually. I could see the score being around this. Like they held Utah to 58 points. They put up 85. They held one team to 66. They held Oral Roberts to 66. Yeah, you know what, guys? Let's go on the over as well. Let's go on the over. UNLV minus 31. And let's go over the 149 right now with this basketball game. A little bit bigger, though, on UNLV.
No, UNLV in terms of these cruncher, these I guess money games, these paycheck games for these smaller teams. They've crushed teams like that. Oral Roberts 92-66 on this home court, 95-68 against Rice. Prairie View 98-63. So they've had some big time blowouts in this spot at home against inferior foes. So this is not a dog I want. There's no price high enough that could get me to put a ticket in on Mississippi Valley State in this game. But it's a high number, but I could only back UNLV. And again, the over, they're going to play with tempo. They're an efficient team. They can shoot the ball well. They've got depth. They can go into the bench, get production there. So because you're going to have the pace on the UNLV side to get that game over, it's just a matter of, does Mississippi Valley hit their share of shots to help you out to get that over?
Other late night games, Central Arkansas is getting 21 in Eugene against the Ducks. Central Arkansas have sort of been all over the place.
That's one I'm on. I like the dog there, actually. Oregon to me has been awful trying to cover these big numbers. They've got their Pac-12 opener coming up next week following the Christmas break. Everybody's looking forward to the Christmas break if you're Oregon. I don't think there's any sort of urgency for Dana Altman's team to go out there and hang a big one against the Central Arkansas team, especially when you saw the last game they had. A great, resilient, tough as nails, hard-fought, come-from-behind win on the road against a good Fresno State team. And Fresno State's a good basketball team this year in that Mountain West Conference. Oregon came from behind to win that game on the road, did it with their defense when they didn't really shoot the ball that well in that game. I'm just not sure after that kind of win coming back home, they're going to see that A game, that A level of intensity, especially with the Christmas break coming up, followed by the Pac-12 conference season schedule starting up. So, and Central Arkansas took UCLA to overtime on the road earlier this season. They played Cal, so they've been toughened up by playing some Pac-12 teams on the road.
We had Central Arkansas on a money line in that game on the air here. We were live.
Yeah. Did you take them live before the game?
No, we took it. We took them early. We took them early in the game, like when they were up like 20-8 or 20-6 or something like that.
Got out early.
Like, doesn't look like they're going to blow it. So we got it like plus 340 or something. And we took them on the money line in that UCLA game too. I remember that one. We were on the air for that one. These guys can score, Central Arkansas. That's one thing. Like, they're going to put points up. They played a murderous schedule for a team like these guys. I mean, they played the Dons on the road, at Cal, at UCLA. You name a team, they basically played them this year. But, they're coming off a loss against Morehead State, 98-94. As far as the totals on the year, Oregon are 7-4 to the over. They don't really play defense. I can't disagree with the dog here. Total is pretty high at 164. It should still get there, though. It still should get there. So let's go. I'm laying even units on both here. We'll go Central Arkansas plus the points and over the 164 to go along with our our other play of UNLV and the over. And we've got Kansas State at Washington State here tonight as well. Interesting game, Big 12 versus Pac 12 tonight.
Yeah, this is a game that I like the total in this one over. This is the one game I actually do like the total. It's over 145 and a half, 146. It's been bouncing around that range. And there's really not a lot to love about Kansas State as an over team, but they're still okay offensively. Washington State's not very good defensively, and their head coach, Ernie Kent, and this is really just going by coach's quotes, which is why I'm on the over here, stop playing slow. When I hear a coach say we need to stop playing slow, wants to pick up the pace on offense, pick up the tempo a little bit, I pay attention to that. My ears perk up. When I hear coaches say we want to change the tempo a little bit, change the way we sort of do things offensively, and I've heard that straight from Ernie Kent, the head coach of this Washington State Cougars team, in recent following the last game, saying that their team's just passing the ball a bit too much, not taking it to the rim, not being aggressive enough, not playing with enough pace and tempo. For that reason alone, when I hear a coach say that, I expect the players to maybe want to play with a little bit more pace, do as their coach says here tonight against Kansas State. So I'm going to go over the 146. That was a good quote. I thought, hey, let's put it to use and see if we can get this game up and over the total tonight.
I can't once again, I can't argue it. Kansas State on the road score 84 points. They're giving up 79. Washington State's getting 76. It was 69. Ernie Kent's always likes to push the tempo. And I'll tell you what, this is Pullman are a weird, Washington State are a weird team. They're not flashy, but it's a tough road trip. It's a tough road trip. It's tougher for basketball than it is football. Because, in football, they're good right now, but I'm talking about just the uniqueness of it. Football, you're going there every 2 years. So a lot of the kids are used to it. Kansas State, it's an awkward trip for them. You know what I mean, Papano? Kansas State, they're in the middle of the heartland of America. It's a fucking Wednesday night in the holiday season here, late at night. They're up there in the fucking woods in Pullman, Washington. And I don't know how many students are going to be there, though, at this game, right? So it's not going to be a sellout or anything like that. But still, Washington State's a tough place to play. They're 4-1 on this floor so far this year. I'll take the over, and I'll take the home dog in this spot.
Yeah, I don't like what I'm seeing from Washington State. They haven't played well, but I'm not laying 8.5 or whatever it is now with Bruce Weber on the road. That's not happening. Not in my world. 8.5, 9 points on the road. No, not this coach, not this kind of team. They find ways to win. They grind. They're not a put the foot down away from home and dominate you kind of basketball team. It's just a team I don't trust in this point spread range, particularly the coach too.
All right, what's going on in this football game? Please tell me something good. Still up 48-10. So what, they got another, what was it? No, that's what it was before. Fuck. Oh, God, it's down to 71.5 right now. Where's the fucking football? SMU, really, these cocksuckers, I swear to God, man, they've screwed me in so many fucking bowl games, dude, over the years.
By the way, all of those games we just talked about, guys, in the chat, they all start at 11 p.m. Eastern. All of those tip-offs, UNLV game, the Oregon game, and the Kansas State-Washington State game, all 11 Eastern tip-offs. So you got 15 minutes to get your bets in. So there you go. There's an update. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Hurry real hard, like a curler, if you're going to try to get those bets in.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's got time. Some late-night holiday action here this evening. And tonight won't be one of these nights until we go to 1 in the morning. I've got an early morning doctor's appointment. Fuck.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, like seriously, fucking. I do shows all day. I never sleep. And yeah, happy holidays, fuck. And not just really like a clinic doctor. Like I've gone to the clinics, and now I'm going to the real doctor and shit. And I didn't like it when I found out. I'm like, all right, what's your address? And they told me. I'm like, that's like, I'm like, fuck, man. That's like in the fucking. It's like on Hospital Row, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, and so it begins. I'm like, yeah. They're like, you know where it is? I'm like, yeah. I know where the fucking hospital is. Like, yeah, 8:45 in the morning. Fuck, I'm gonna be fucking getting probed and shit tomorrow. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Well, is this probe going to find anything?
I don't know what they're gonna do to me. I don't know. They said they're gonna run a bunch of tests on me, whatever that means. It's like, most people are gonna be like, opening presents, enjoying life and shit. I'm going to fucking go to a fucking hospital tomorrow morning, early in the morning, 8 in the morning. That's a great time.
Yeah, and spend the whole day there knowing how long it takes to get in one of those fucking things, too.
No, yeah, I actually asked. No, I'm not going to a public hospital. I'm going to a specialist. So
Oh, okay.
I
Still
actually
take a
asked
while.
the lady, how long am I going to be there? Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, you need to ask up front right away. Like, is my day
Well,
shot?
yeah,
Is my day staying?
because she asked me if the time was good, and I told her, yeah, as long as when am I going to get out of there, type of deal. And she said, oh, it'll probably be 30 minutes to 90 minutes. So I was like, yeah, all right, I can do it. But basically, it means, Babano, I'm going to leave there, and I'm going to have to rush to the radio to do the radio show. It's like, yeah, it's not a minute in my day. It's like a fucking party right now. I got to tell you. That's why I'm looking forward to Vancouver too.
I am too, because you get to watch all the sporting events. That's the one thing that's bad about being in the Eastern time zone. You can do shit after the sports are done for the night. You still got a couple hours to work with. Go out. You have another
road rage will be done.
Yeah.
Road rage will be done at like 9:30, 10 o'clock their time. It'll be, the night will still be young. Last year too, when I went to Vancouver, my mother had cancer surgery, and I was very stressed and stuff. So I didn't have it wasn't a party trip, Hopefully this year I can just go and not stress out. And I thought about the Buffalo Bills make the playoffs. The Bills will be playing that weekend. So that'll make it very interesting if the Bills make the playoffs. And that's a big if.
Now we're going to be at the Red Card for the actual live 16th anniversary show Friday, January 5th, 7 p.m. Pacific. Local time, 10 p.m. Eastern is when we're going to start the show. That could be right in the middle of, and I didn't even know this was going to be that night, because that night, what's there for sports? There's no college bowl games. There's obviously no NFL. You'll get some NHL, some NBA, maybe a couple small college games, but there is something big that night, Friday, January 5th, and I didn't know it was that night until earlier today. The World Junior Hockey Championship gold medal game would be that night, Friday, January 5th. So that bar could be a little bit slammed if Canada's in it. Look out for that.
That sucks.
Yep.
I was unaware of that.
Look out for that.
Yeah, but that's all right, because what time would that be at?
Yeah, but at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, the game's going to be in the third period. It's going to be almost over. Like, we're down to like the last bit of that hockey game at that point.
Oh, yeah. So you know what? At that point, we'd start the show after the game then.
Yeah.
Because they would have the sound up and all that type of stuff.
Oh, it's gonna be packed. The sound's gonna be up.
I don't know if it's packed, man, because it's on TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not gold medal Olympics. You know what I'm saying? With the pros, like there be people. I don't know. Like I'll be honest, I've never seen the red card packed. Like I've been there 3 times, and there's been a few people, but most of the time it's our people.
Right.
Vancouver's not the greatest sports town, or sports bar town, but there are a few places. Like there's another place we could check out to watch the games. It looks like a cool place, actually. I saw a bunch of dudes outside smoking weed once on an NFL Sunday, and looked like a good place to watch games. Red Card's kind of like an upscale place, right? It's like Red Card is under a fancy hotel. So it's like a restaurant part of the hotel below. It's a weird place. It's a nice place, though. It's cool.
It looked nice. I saw pictures of it. I think someone on Twitter was posting pictures of that spot. It looked nice. Looked really like a nice spot. But yeah, it's not surprising to hear it's upscale. It looked like it was not your typical rinky-dink, hole-in-the-wall local rundown pub. That's for sure when I saw those pics.
Yeah. No shit. All right, so, man, you could really use some points in this fucking football game. Should have cashed out. Now the in-game total is 70.5. Like, we need 2 touchdowns here, guys. That's all we're asking for. 2 touchdowns with SMU, and you can't give us this? Come on. At 48-10 right now, 14:04 left. Guys on SMU are all hugging each other like the game's over. How about you play football fun instead of crying on the sidelines here?
The over's got a chance in that Wofford, North Carolina game. I did a college basketball show with Big Man on Campus earlier today, and that was his big play. Wofford, North Carolina over 153.5. It's got a chance. It's at 133 with 5 minutes to go. There could be some fouling late. It's a close game. He's got a shot. Jeff Nadeau is live on that.
I think it'll probably get there. It's at 135. There's going to be points. North Carolina's going to foul. Boom, already up to 137 right now. North Carolina are now at minus 180 on the money line. They're down by 3 with 4 minutes left. I'm not getting good odds here, but I'm going to take them.
Jay in the chat, nice guy, I'm sure. Glad you're tuning in, but asking me thoughts on Temple FIU, please. I mean, we talked about that 10 minutes ago. Rewind the show after it's over and you'll see it. We gave our opinion on that, but just quickly.
Yeah, don't worry about the chat, Babano. All right, bothers me. All these you guys always talking in the chat while you're on the air with people. Don't worry about the chat, Babano.
I worry when people ask games we talk about, so I just tell them watch the show again.
Just ignore the chat. That's what I do. Like, I don't know why you got to type like, well, at the same time. All right, so we gave the basketball picks for this evening, and just to recap, I'm on UNLV minus the 31. I'm on the over 149. I'm on Washington State plus 8.5. Washington State, K-State over 145. Central Arkansas plus 21. And Central Arkansas and the Ducks over 164. So tonight was a nice money line play here on Louisiana Tech. It was only plus 160, but still, it was a nice pick. Tomorrow night, I'm not so sure about FAU on the money line. They could win. We'll see. But on Friday, I think we do have a money line special. And I'll call it right now. UAB are going to beat Ohio in that Popeyes Bahamas Bowl. They're going to beat them outright. They're getting 7 points. They're going to win that game outright, Babano.
I like your thinking. I like your style on that. I'm already on that side. They're fired up. Bill Clark done a fantastic job. They've got a good, solid quarterback in A.J. Early. He's going to get practice time to get things going for this offense. And let's be honest, the MAC conference is nothing special this year. This is not a conference I look at, especially when playing
any year.
Any year. No, exactly. And especially when laying this kind of points. I mean, Ohio. Let's not forget, Ohio lost to Akron. How the fuck did that happen in the MAC conference season? It's not like this is a vintage Ohio Bobcat team. They were good, but they also threw up some clunkers. I hate to throw our Canadian under the bus, who's the quarterback of this Ohio team, Nathan Rourke, but he's nothing to write home about. His passing game is not great. He can run the ball. He's a good athlete, but his throwing down the field, especially
that's the kid from Oakville, I think. Yeah.
I hate to rip him. He's a fellow countryman, but still, he's just got to improve that passing game, my friend. Get that arm going. Loosen it up, warm it up, practice up.
The only Canadian would say that. I don't want to rip him because he's Canadian. Like you never heard like Donnie say, "I'm not going to rip this guy because he's American," like me.
No, exactly. That's the thing. I mean, or at least I get bothered by that. So there's Canadian dickheads and Canadian fuckheads and Canadian
exactly.
Canadian sleazeballs. I mean,
he's a good quarterback. He's good enough. Listen, he's good enough to play Division I football. We'll give him that. But the Blazers are going to come here blazing, pardon the pun, literally and figuratively. They're going to be fired up for the game. I mean, come on, man. First year back. I mean, they didn't even expect to be this good. They're not going there on a field trip. They're going there to win this football game. Meanwhile, Frank Solich, he hasn't done well in bowl games in his career, especially since he's been with Ohio. Just 2-6 straight up, 8 bowl appearances, 2-6. They're always flat in bowl games for one reason or another. And I can see them being flat here. I don't think they're going to be able to match the intensity of these kids on UAB. And, the MAC is one of the worst conferences in football when it comes to bowl games over the years. They never win bowl games. And let's just look from a speed perspective. Who's going to be the faster kids out there? The kids from Alabama on the Blazers or the MAC kids that are on the Ohio Bobcats? UAB wins this game outright. Give me the 7 points. And give me UAB on the money line.
That's right. As Sean Paul, the reggae artist, said, as the bulls turn and as time burn, UAB is gonna be there. UAB is ever blazing, and they'll win the game. Shine up all, wah dirty, yeah. Somebody go say dirty, yeah. Shine up all, somebody go say dirty, yeah. All those little things he says always kills me over the years. But yeah, I love UAB plus 7.5. Great season for them, and they face they face Florida late in the season. That's going to toughen them up for this game as well here against Ohio. I think they're a live dog. I really do. I mean, Ohio no MAC team laying more than a touchdown is one I'm interested in backing.
All right, Bano. So what other we go into Saturday? What do we got going on Saturday's bowl? I'm only up to date up to Friday. Rolling into Saturday. Texas Tech and South Florida. Wow, this point spread actually surprises me a little bit right now at 2.5. I think South Florida are a much better team than Texas Tech So South Florida minus 2.5 in this football game against Texas Tech. We have San Diego State and Army. We've got App State and Toledo on Saturday as well. So there's 3 bowl games on Saturday. And you got NFL on Saturday too. So you got three games on Saturday. At noon Eastern, Texas Tech and South Florida in Birmingham, Alabama. And then you got the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl, San Diego State and Army. And I think that's in, where is it? That's in Fort Worth at TCU Stadium. And the point spread there, San Diego State are 6.5-point favorites against Army. And then the Saturday night, we've got App State versus Toledo. We were just talking about how shit the MAC is, but Toledo actually don't suck. They're an 11-2 football team. They're laying 7 against App State. What's your take on Saturday's card?
Saturday's card's I like the over in that first game. Texas Tech, South Florida. I'm probably not going to lay the points with South Florida. They're still an odd team to me at times, but I think there's going to be points in that game. I like over more than anything. I'm not going to bet the side, but I like there to be points. I like App State plus the points a little bit against Toledo and over the total there. You got, I think, 2 offenses that are going to move the ball. I don't love laying 7 with Toledo's defense still is a bit of a concern to me. I mean, even Akron moved the ball recently pretty well against them in that MAC championship game. That's a concern. App State should be able to move it. Toledo, though, great offense. Logan Woodside running that show at the quarterback spot. So I think that's a high-scoring game, and I also lean to the dog. Again, we got another MAC team. I know Toledo's the class of that conference by far. No one was even close to them. But still, I'm not in a rush to lay a full touchdown with them. And I wanted to bet the under in the Army game, but boy, 46. Rocky Long is a master of shutting down the triple option. He's done a great job with his teams defensively.
San Diego State are going to fuck him up, Urbano. Not fuck him up, but I think Army's, look, Army, they had a great season. They beat Navy. They win the Commander-in-Chief trophy. I think it's a letdown now. Now they're not going to be as fired up to be playing against San Diego State. And as you stated, Rocky Long's that one guy. He's done well against this type of offense before in the past. I think this game's a mismatch. And I've been a big Army backer, man, this year. I bet on Army a lot in good spots. They were really good to me. I put big money on them on a couple of occasions with big confidence. I'm a believer in this Army football program, but I think they're going to be out of gas right now. I think their season sort of ended when they beat Navy. That was like a Super Bowl to them, winning the Commander-in-Chief trophy. They're not going to be ready for this game. I say San Diego State rolls them.
Yeah, I mean, if San Diego State's a team that had that tremendous start to the season, we remember what they did against Stanford, Arizona State, some really good wins against Pac-12 teams. Then they went through a little bit of a funk, a little bit of a malaise midway through, and then they righted the ship again late in the season, but it's all about Penny. I mean, Brashad Penny's been fantastic running the football for the Aztecs, take some pressure off the quarterback, Chapman here. And when you look at this Army team, inside the trenches, they have a chance that they may be a little bit overwhelmed by this San Diego State team. When you look at Army's numbers against the run, not great by any stretch of the imagination. 167 per game allowed, 5 yards per carry. That could be a problem. Whereas San Diego State, I talked about it, Rocky Long knows how to diagram and scheme and prepare with extra time. That's a benefit against the triple option. Yeah, I lean Aztecs. If it's below a touchdown, that's a fair number to lay.
We're on the San Antonio Spurs. They're winning 54-46 right now at the half. We'll get you a second half number. Portland Trailblazers -4.5, over under 102.5 second half. So suddenly the Spurs are -3.5 in the game here. We've talked about this. I've mentioned this. I mentioned it on the radio. I mentioned it on TV today. I've talked about it here in the past. The Portland Trailblazers, they're not a dominant home team anymore. They're actually better on the road, which is very strange. And another thing is, this is the classic first game back after the road trip. And that's the spot that they were in right now. San Antonio struggled since Kawhi Leonard's come back. You knew that was going to continue forever. They haven't won this game yet, but it's 54-46. We have the Spurs at +3. I think they win by -3.5. Portland are going to roll over. We've seen this time and time again with them on their home floor. They're a two-man operation, and Nurkic's always fucking hurt or he's coming back from injury. They're just not getting into a rhythm. They play better on the road for some reason. I think San Antonio is actually to play in the second half here now it's down to 3.5. So people agree. Fuck me. As I'm talking, Babano, people start clicking it.
Well, obviously, if they see something once and they catch on to it, and they see maybe something about to happen in that same regard, they're going to try to latch on to it again. And that's the fact that Portland's got a glass jaw right now. I mean, we haven't seen this team respond to adversity and times of struggle and strife this season. And you're right, McCollum and Lillard. Once you neutralize and lock down those two guys, where does the Portland Trailblazers offensively turn to at that point? That's the concern for me. And I'm not going to talk you out of it. If you want to go forward, pull the trigger, go for it.
I wish this North Carolina on the money line's no fucking guarantee here. I thought, all right, they're going to come back, and they were coming back, but this will be a disgrace, fuck, if they lose this game. Come on. Let me get the stream up here.
Back to the Carolina game in just 1 second, 61-61. Williams in Tennessee finally grabbed a lead over Furman.
Bowl game. So far, so good. I keep screwing myself with some of these totals, though. It's still frustrating. I just cashed out on one of them. I bit the bullet. I lost a little bit. I bet pretty big on UAB on Law Tech on the money line tonight. We're on the Spurs here. Like you said, Babano, I can't get fucking irate about this and that and this total and that total. I'm betting 10, 12 games a day. And then I get into the late night degenerate shit here. I sort of have the attitude of as long as the account has more money in it, at the end of the day, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? That's my stance to gambling. For the last couple of years, I've gotten in trouble by never being happy. Like always, I got to win $4,000 today. I've got to win $5,000 this weekend. And you start chasing shit and you don't think clearly, as opposed to sort of like a stock investor. You played the stock market in a day. Whether you made 17 cents, $1,700, $17,000, it's sort of like playing golf. You put a fucking birdie up, every hole, man. You add up your scorecard and you'll do well, Babano, right? Just finish ahead at the end of the day. That's my new, if I finish ahead at the end of the day, I take it and move on. As simple as that.
That's a great way to think. I mean, this never should be an endeavor where you're running like mad to try to earn thousands of dollars on a daily basis. This is all about a unit here, a couple of units there, another maybe 2 or 3 units another day, maybe just 1 unit, sometimes even a 0.4 of a unit. Sometimes, and I have days like that, 0.4 units of profit, not even a half a unit. And I'm still happy. It's plus money. Plus money. It adds up over time. Yep.
I risked like $6,000 in bets last week on a day, and I ended up winning $22. It's one of those, holy crap, Wofford goes right down the court, 75-72. 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining. North Carolina with the basketball here. You guys got to hit a 3. Fucking tie this fucking game.
I know. Let's get this home for Big Man. He's on the over here. We need a little overtime maybe.
North Carolina going to no, they charged Joel Berry with charging. Wow. You fucking idiot. Fuck. That was a charge.
Wow. North Carolina. After a huge win for them too at Tennessee on the road.
The fucking ball, though. You're down a minute. You take it to the rack. Something bad's just going to happen at this point. You got some 3-ball shooters, 75-72. Take the damn shot. Tie the game. You know what I mean? Now you got to come up with a defensive stop here. They're playing their full court press, 3 guys. Wofford not handling the pressure well.
Yeah, George.
Ball over the fucking half court on time. Son of a bitch. Wofford barely survived.
Full court pressure. They barely did. Yeah, look at that. That was a messy little.
But they did survive. Now Carolina's not.
They're going to play it out. Play some defense here.
Now they're going to hit a 3. Wofford misses the 3. Shot clock violation.
There you go. See, good defense.
This is why I bet on North Carolina, because I sort of expect Wofford to fuck up in a situation like this, and they just did. They got too cute. They're trying to milk the clock, but there's still 32 seconds left. You got to be aggressive, just take it to the rack and hope for the best if you're Wofford.
Yeah, but by the time they got a decent look there, the shot clock had already expired. So you're right. Poor possession there.
Yeah,
Terriers.
They just helped North Carolina out. North Carolina didn't have to foul them, and now North Carolina has the ball with 32 seconds left now. Because North Carolina now needs a 3. If I'm North, I guess you don't go for the 3. I'm kind of greedy as a gambler where I'm like, just shoot the 3, fuck. But 32 seconds left. You take it to the rack. You score. You're down 1. You play a full court press again. Maybe they turn it over. If they don't, you foul. And you sort of anticipate that the kid will miss 1 of them, and then you're down 2. Or you're down 3 and you're right where you started again. I'm curious to see how Roy Williams plays this. I would take it to the rack. Fuck, you can't really take the 3 here. We'll keep our eye on this. Please, somebody score a fucking touchdown in this football game. Anything.
It's just died, hasn't it? 48. Somebody, anybody, help us out here.
I've got a teaser even. I got the UAB play, but I've also got a teaser. Like anything, guys, please. Fuck. I don't care who. It's 4th and 7 right now. No one's going for it. Louisiana Tech have taken the pedal off the metal. Holy fuck.
Louisiana Tech and SMU. This is the year of this is the season of good tidings and comfort and joy. Comfort and joy for Morency is cashing his teaser. Let's help him out.
Here's a 41-yard field goal attempt. Off the upright, and I believe it went in. It did.
Wow. Hey, he'll take it.
This kid's a pretty good kicker, actually. I give him credit. He's been nailing them all night. 51-10. Yeah, it puts me in the same fucking spot I'm in for my teaser. I still need, and for the over, we still need 2 touchdowns. All there's been is 9 fucking points scored in the second half of this fucking game.
Yeah, there we go. Wofford.
Fucking sorry motherfucker university. That's what SMU stands for. Sorry motherfucker university.
That's pretty good.
Hey, look, here's an ad for big man. Gucci ad. Here, listen. I can't get the sound up on time. Oh.
Gucci guilty.
Gucci guilty. Holy fuck. That's the fucking lamest ad I've ever seen in my life. How come these cologne commercials don't have guys like you in them, Babano? I like to see you in like a Gucci or Chanel ad with all along the watchtower. Babano comes walking in.
That's pretty good.
More like a dude to be in an Axe commercial. You use like Axe body spray.
I actually don't use that. I've never have. That's the honest truth. Yeah.
Yeah, I know I bought Axe body spray before. It doesn't work. I've considered suing the company. I want to sue Axe because
shocker.
It doesn't work. Stuff on it. The chicks would come running, but they didn't.
Of course not. Yeah. It's all a bunch of bullshit. Just to sell the damn thing. Yeah, you got to tell them what they want to hear. Of course. Yeah.
Oh, and Axe body spray. It's real cheap shit too. It doesn't smell good at all. Big Will wants to see you eat one of my special cookies.
Yeah. If you think I'm crazy now, oh my goodness. That's why I've had friends of mine offer me one of those like little special magic cookies, and I say no. First of all, I don't get involved in that. And 2, I'm already loopy enough as it is. We don't need any enhancements. Thank you very much.
Yeah, where's your beer? You're not drinking tonight?
Well, actually, speaking of enhancements, we do have this. So cheers and Merry Christmas to everybody. A little Christmas cheers. All right.
Surprised you don't have that red nose yet, Babano.
No.
The beer nose, the red beer nose.
I know that. The red and the red beet red face that indicates you drink a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much drinking you do? Oh, geez, I look like a friggin' beet, pickled beet. That should be a dead giveaway there.
Adam Morency's like, "What bad is your beer warm? Is it still chill at least?"
Yeah, it is.
I'm drinking water. Fuck. Pretty lame.
That's good. No, that's all right. It's the middle of the week. Hey, you're on this health kick. Stay with it. Be positive. You're doing the right thing, Gabe. Positive thing. Water, salads, good foods, cleanse the palate. Things that are going to be beneficial to you in the long run for your future.
I'm starting to slip a little bit, but not really fully. But I got to stay on top of it. All right, Babano. So we'll take a quick break, Babano. And we'll talk some NFL. We'll blast through some NFL games with Babano. And yeah, you know what? I bought the prepackaged salad because I don't like making it myself. I just pour some fucking dressing on top of it. I don't mind it. No, but I have changed my habit. Like, I will admit, guys, what I did do. I ate a poutine for the first time in like 6 weeks. Couldn't resist, Babano. I was fucking hungry.
Oh, I don't blame you.
And I walked past Harvey's. I was like, fuck, I'll get a poutine. But, yeah, like I said, I never said I was never going to eat anything again. But I'm off the soda train and shit. I drink a ginger ale. Like, I've had a can of ginger ale every day, or I've gone a few days without it. But I'll have a can of ginger ale. But I'm drinking water all the time. Something I never did before was drink water. I do drink water now. I never ate fruit before. I eat fruit every day now. I don't eat at McDonald's or any of that crap. I'll eat pizza, but I'll eat Swiss Chalet, but I'm staying away from like the real cheap fast food, like toxic chemical shit. I'm fucking eating fucking bran flakes. I got sick of raisin bran. I don't like raisins much. So now it's nice and simple. Bran flakes, whole wheat. I'm living like a boring life. Nice and simple shit. But I do feel better, without a doubt. You are what you put in your body. And I've noticed, even over the last month, without all that junk in me, like, dude, I used to eat a lot of shit, man. Like, a lot of shit. Like fucking multiple frozen dinners in a day, 2 liter of fucking Pepsi, 3 chocolate bars, you name it. Like, really bad shit for 47 years. So it's going to take a while to get fully rehabbed here, but I'm on my way.
You're on your way. You're giving it as good an effort as you possibly can. That's all we can ask for, and you're doing that right now. And the over just hit in this Wofford game. They've upset North Carolina 79-75. A 3-ball with a second left from North Carolina sends the game over the total. Another big man winner with his play of the day in college basketball. A little lucky, but you got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good.
I want to jumped in. That's the second That's the second big favorite that I've taken tonight, like on the money line when they were down. You know what I mean? I did it with the Houston Rockets, and I did it with North Carolina. It didn't work out in either game. It's starting to piss me off. But all right, we got a nice start here for the tempo here to Central Arkansas and Oregon. Holy fuck! They've scored 25 points in 4.5 minutes. Like, they've taken it off the board. Like, the computer, I've seen this before, man. The computer doesn't know how to handle it. It's too many points. It's like the algorithm's getting fucked up. Like,
it is 11-9 Central Arkansas. Let's go. Keep it up there. Central Ark, good start. Up by 2.
25 points.
Very, very early.
13-12 Central Arkansas. They played 5 minutes in that game. Kansas State and Washington State, it's 8-4 there. They're about 3 minutes in. That's not quite the same tempo right there.
Outside of North Texas, having a bad last 5 minutes that cost me, it's been a good night on the college hardwood. Good. Very nice night. It's been good results. James Madison, St. Bonaventure got it done. We're on Central Arkansas now, so there's a lot of good things to be happy about, right? There's another one I'm missing, too, that cashed in. James Madison, Bonaventure. What else did I have? I think I had one more. No, that was it. 2-1 so far.
UNLV fucking total is plummeting right now. It's down to 137.5. Seems to be a quick overreaction. Just popped up to 139.5.
Well, 4-2 with 4 minutes into that game. Talk about slow down city in the first 4 minutes out there in Vegas.
Yeah, now it's 8-4 though. It's bing, bing, bing. You know what I mean? It's going to open up.
Yep.
8-4 right now. All right, let's see. What do we pop on here then? Well, that sucks. I just threw away $250 by chasing in-game shit. This fucking stupid motherfucking cocksucking motherfuck SMU. They just can't score. It's 51-10. God, I got a teaser. I'm going to hit the money line. Just give me the teaser, man.
I'm telling you, help them out here. Get a score. 14-14, Central Arkansas, or 28 points already. It sounds like last week. Remember I was on with you last week, Morency? Oregon was playing Portland State at home. And last week I said the dog and the over, and I believe dog and over both cashed. So we're hoping for more of the same here with Oregon tonight.
Fucking SMU are down. Oh, run. Oh, fuck. Oh.
Yeah, almost broke it there. Yeah.
Oh. SMU are so bad, they're losing 51-10. They hand the football off and they fumble it.
Yep.
They fumble it. They're that bad. They can't even do a snap. The kid on Louisiana Tech picks it up, desperately was trying to get a touchdown, and got tripped up by the quarterback. Barely. Like one of those shoestring. And if he doesn't, he scores a touchdown, and I just win that bet.
There's only 5 minutes to go in this frigging game. Something's got to happen.
Need to score like that kid would have ran it in because, it's the thrill of a lifetime to score a touchdown. But are Louisiana Tech really going to they're up 51-10. They got a backup quarterback in now. Maybe with the backup they will. Come on, throw the ball. No, they're running it. Fuck.
You need 2 scores, right?
Dear God. You know it's going to be torture? Let me check this teaser. Fuck.
No,
I think it's 64.5, dude.
Oh, okay. So you need a touchdown. Yeah.
It's 64. 64. So if they kick a field goal, I can get a push.
All right.
They're 61 right now. They've shown it. Look, they keep on sending the kicker out all the time. Just break one, though, guys. Just break one.
That's the thing. With such a lopsided score, you know damn well there's a possibility if it gets to 4th down, they don't kick the field goal. They just hand it off, try to run the clock out. They're happy with that. Exactly.
You never know with college, right? You're right. Yeah. It might, I don't know, sometimes I don't know. Different coaches are different.
What does Uncle Chip Holtz do? That's the question. Yeah.
Some people think it's an insult to kick a field goal when you're up 51-10. Other people are like, listen, I could be a dick and go for it. Like you see when teams are up, they'll often just run the ball up the middle. I don't know. Like, what is the code here? I have no idea. All right, they're throwing on 3rd and 10. Oh, fuck. And a stupid kid fucking on SMU just dropped it. Would have been a pick 6. I think I'm watching a bad high school game. Fuck.
This is hard to believe. I mean, this is sloppiness at the end of a 51-10 game.
Should have cashed out early. I fucking knew it. I was like, man, I'm going to hit the plus 160, but this over is not happening. And I jumped on an in-game over. This stupid kid, man, you catch that, that's a pick 6. Like, I'm coming so close to touchdowns here. Now someone's hurt. So I think they're going for it on 4th and 10. Fuck me, man. Whatever, fuck. What's the what's going on here? 12-4 UNLV. 22-14 Ducks. Ducks just went on a little run. In-game total 174.5 there. Washington State not looking good. They're down 13-6 early. Second half has started. Low scoring, man. They played 3 minutes, and Portland have scored 2 points. San Antonio have scored nothing. In-game totals now 195.5. We'll keep our eye on that. Clippers are up 35-26 on the Suns. Golden State Warriors are up 38-37 on the Memphis Grizzlies right now. 1-1 St. Louis Blues and the Calgary Flames. You have any action on that hockey game?
I'm on St. Louis, and they're 1-1 after 2 periods. So go Blues. Blues have been terrific off a loss. Of course, they got shut out by the Winnipeg Jets in their last game on Sunday. So we're just riding St. Louis off a loss. They've been very, very good responding after a bad performance, and we're hoping they do that tonight, but they're in a battle. It's 1-1.
I just jumped in. I just grabbed it, too. So I just grabbed the Blues with you. I like the Blues, too.
Join me. Join me here with the Blues. Why not?
Yeah.
Hopefully we're not taking the Blues after the next 20 minutes. Yeah.
Nice hockey night last night. I was on the Habs. I was on Vegas, and I was on the Vegas over. So we ended on a nice little run. Fucking Riverside's beating up on Valpo. Should have known Valpo going back-to-back in California. They're all right, Banner. So take 5. It's 11:20 right now. We'll see you guys back at 11:25. We'll hit some NFL. We'll see what Banner likes in the NFL. Here, give us a thumbs up. We appreciate you guys tuning in. But if you guys appreciate the free programming that you get, give the thumbs up.
I'm telling you guys, when we come back and talk NFL, I'm going to tell you right now, beware. It's a minefield this late in the season, these last couple weeks. There are bombs ready to go off.
I'm going to fucking boot you off the air into the chat if you keep on fucking typing away here, Babana. If you want to type, like, you can sit in the chat if you want. Like, you're a guest on the show. You're not a guest in the type chat, Babana, you know?
Well, the guests type during the show, or a lot of them do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not cool. It's not right. You shouldn't do it. It's like a lot of people get their cell phone during shows too.
No, I don't do that. That's
like
disrespectful.
We can end the interview right now if you want. You can sit in the chat and chat with people. It's up to you. I don't care. So yeah, we'll take 5 here. We're back at 11:25.
All right, no problem. Yeah. See you in 5.
All right. It's amateur hour. That's what it is. These motherfuckers, man. So what was the final score? 51-10? Fuck, man. I swear to God. You look at SMU's bowl history. I remember, man, they went to the Hawaii Bowl once. It was the same bullshit, man. They lost like 58-0 or something.
No Show City, exactly. Same thing. Remember that.
They're just gutless. They're gutless fucking school. Fuck. They really are. They're a joke of a fucking school. The only thing they've ever accomplished is getting the fucking death penalty. Yeah, they didn't deserve it, but they got it. But seriously, you know what? Once they fucking went to the Sugar Bowl with June Jones and fucking lost by 60 or something too. Like, I'm telling you, man, these teams from Texas suck. And Texas A&M will be the next. Texas Tech will be the next ones to be fucking exposed against South Florida. Kids from Florida will fuck these kids from Texas up, man. All right, so the football game goes right into K-State and Washington State on ESPN. K-State is up 21-12 right now. Talking about gutless fucking teams, the Washington State Cougars, fuck. No, they're just useless fucking university, fuck. So, yeah, seriously. There's the, you know, what has Washington State ever fucking done good? Like, ever. Like, ever. Like, their biggest
Tony Bennett.
Their biggest claim to fame, their two biggest stars are two fucking jackasses, fuck. Yeah, LeVar Ball, he had fucking 2 fucking points a game, and Ryan fucking Leaf.
That's not a good track record.
I can shoot a better 3-point shot than these fucking shithead kids can. Like, I swear to God, I'd beat these punks in a game of horse, fuck. Like, look at this fucking kid. You ever played basketball before? Where do they recruit? The fucking YMCA? Shoot the fucking ball, you fucking idiot. Right,
they did have a good little run under Tony Bennett. That's what got Tony Bennett the Virginia job when he coached Washington State.
Yeah, they were all right. Clay Thompson's from Washington State. Clay Thompson was all right.
Yeah, it was Tony Bennett that actually resurrected the basketball program a little bit there in the mid-2000s. And next thing you know, he gets the Virginia job thanks to that.
I feel bad because Cam Stewart loves Washington State too, and I'm always ripping them. I went on a Washington State tirade last week about how fucking Mike Leach is overrated and fuck Washington State. I totally forgot Cam liked them too. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I spent like 7 minutes saying what Washington State suck and Michigan State are going to beat them in the bowl game. But all right, 23-14. So we'll keep our eye on this.
It's early, Gabe. There's lots of time to turn it around.
See, all your texts, all your fucking typing upset me and rattled me now, Babano. Fucking Babano. I'm going to do a segment. Who ruined my Wednesday, fuck, on the show? It's going to be Babano.
Yeah, all my typing. Interacting with the chat pissed him off. Levels of rage unseen before for Gabe. Thanks to typing.
Exactly. Drew Bledsoe went there. Did Paul Allen go there? Did Paul Allen go to Washington State University? Let's see.
Northwest guy, but
yeah, Washington State University.
Yeah, okay.
He dropped out. Smart guy, folks. See, the guy
he said, "I'm too good for that. I'm out of here." Yeah.
He's a college dropout, and he owns the Seattle Seahawks, Portland Trailblazers, Seattle Sounders, the Allen Institute for Brain Science, Institute for Artificial Intelligence, Institute for Cell Science, and the Strato Launch System, which I don't know what that is. I don't know everything. Although I did get into a fight with people about the UFO shit on fucking Twitter tonight, too. Fuck people fucking piss me off. Settle down, Ryan. Yeah, we're supposed to interact with the chat, but anyways, here's Babano typing away again.
Yep.
I swear to God, Ted Teven would have you fucking shot, fuck. It's like talk show hosts. If I'm talking and Babano's typing, he's not listening to me. Like, if every time Babano talks and I start typing.
We do this on every SBR show, though, Gabe. We do this on every SBR show.
Why, I'll put it this way. Professional broadcasters don't do that, Babano. Hey, do you want me to spell it out like that? I'll just say it's not a very pro.
I'm not trying to say I'm a professional broadcaster, but we got viewers in the chat. They're asking questions. This is when I'm not talking, obviously, but I'm listening in the background of what it's
fucking chat. I'm the one asking you the fucking questions.
All right, ask me a question. We got an NFL card to break down. Give me a game. What do you got?
You know, I can cut to the chase and just state it's a fucking amateur fucking thing to do. But I'm just stating. So what do you like in the NFL?
Well, again, and I was saying this before to people in the chat, your favorite place, that basically
I got nothing against the chat. It was you. I got nothing against it. Shut the fuck up, Andrew. Don't tell me what to do. Fucking, I got no problem with the chat. Chat's fine. I got no problem with the chat. I had a problem with you typing while I was talking to you. That was the problem. Had nothing to do with the chat. It's nothing to do with you fucking cupcakes in here. It has to do with it's rude if somebody is talking to you and you are typing to somebody else. That is the point. It has nothing to do with you cupcakes in the fucking chat. Is that now am I clear?
All right, then.
Yeah, I'm not with you now. I'm telling the people in the chat. They think I'm turning on them. It has nothing to do with you. You guys are fine in the chat. You're fine in the chat. All right. Settle down, Brian Dempsey. All right. So what do you exactly, K-Wolf? K-Wolf knows what I'm talking about. All right. So how about like if Urbano starts talking to me now and asks what he likes in the NFL, and Paul Bovey keeps texting me right now. So maybe when I ask Babano the question, so Babano, who do you like in the NFL? Who do you like in the NFL this week, Babano?
Well, right. I know what you're going to do. You're going to do a little example, show that you're typing, and try to prove a fucking point. That's exactly what you're doing, Gabe. You're trying to prove a fucking point. I get what you're trying to say.
Let me just get back to Paul Bovey while you answer me here. But who do you like? But I'm really interested in your answer. But who do you like while I answer Bovey here?
I get the point you're trying to make. I really do. But
I'm waiting for you to tell me who you like.
All right. Well, Tampa Bay, Carolina. I'm looking at that game over the total because Carolina's offense is working right now. They're in a situation where Cam Newton is playing very good football for that team. The Tampa Bay defense is completely decimated. I mean, you see that Bucs team just absolutely brutal on the defensive side of the football. If Atlanta had a decent offensive coordinator that could properly call plays on 3rd and short on Monday night, I think Atlanta probably does a lot better offensively than they did. Tampa Bay is not completely lost offensively. With Jameis Winston in that offense put up a good battle. They moved the ball pretty effectively. I didn't see any signs of quit from them on the offensive side of the ball. So as long as the weather's decent in that game, Bucs and Panthers, I think you're going to end up seeing over the total come in there in that game around 46.
All right, Bucs and Panthers. Now we're getting somewhere, Babano. Now I'm getting a focused Babano. A rattle Babano, but a focused Babano.
I've always been focused. What are you talking about? I've always been focused tonight. On every show, I've been focused.
All right, it's 38-16 right now for UNLV. In-game right now is minus 39.5, and the in-game total is 150.5. I told you it was an overreaction when it fell to 137.5. So you like the over in that game?
I do, because Carolina's offense is working.
What do you think of the Bills and the Patriots game? The 11.
I want to take Buffalo. I really do, because I mean, New England. You look at that.
Yeah, Buffalo's in a good spot, but it seems kind of like a dangerous thing to do, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, especially the way Buffalo things just completely fell to shit for them the last time they played the Patriots at New Era Field earlier this season. I mean, they had that great opening drive, bing, bang, boom down the field, ends in a Tyrod Taylor interception. Next thing you know, they're getting basically destroyed the rest of the way in that football game. That's actually not true. The first half, they hung tough. The defense hung in there. But in the second half of that football game, New England took over. The offense did not work against the Patriots. That's the concern again. Even though they're catching a bunch of points, this is a big-time game. They know that they're in control of their own playoff destiny here. But this is not a great spot for New England either, Gabe. I mean, they're coming off this miracle pull a win out of their ass type of ending last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers because of idiotic decision-making down by the goal line by Ben Roethlisberger, Todd Haley, Mike Tomlin, whoever the fuck was responsible. It was bad, whatever it was, to throw that football in at that time. Of course, coming off that controversial, terrible call that was overturned for the touchdown, the catch that should have stood but did not. That's just a lucky-ass find a way to win moment for New England against a team that they, want that win. They were battling Pittsburgh for the AFC #1 seed. Now you got to lay double digits here against a team you've already soundly beaten once this year. That's a tough spot for New England. I'm leaning Buffalo. I want to take them, but gosh, I'm gun shy. I mean, I hate to say it. I'm gun shy.
Yeah, so am I. I learned my lesson after the last time. I'll tell you what, we're either going to beat them outright or we're going to fucking get killed again. One of these times we're going to break through. And, maybe Brady gets hurt. Maybe Gronkowski gets hurt and something crazy happens. We beat them a couple of times ago, but Brady only played the first quarter. I can't sit here and buy in. Saying, I'm going to sprinkle on the money line a little bit, and it'll be all or nothing because I think they'll either actually win the game outright somehow, and or they'll just get fucking smoked again, 35-13, like they seem to recently do all the time. But yeah, it's tough. Everyone I talk to is like, "Oh, the Bills are to play," but I knew the Bills were to play last week against the Dolphins, but I've learned my lesson on this one. Yet I'm telling you, a shit team that I will be taking this week, the Cleveland Browns, and the Cleveland Browns, I believe, are going to win this game outright. And I wish I was getting more than plus 225. It's plus 6.5. I'll buy a half point up to 7. I believe the Cleveland Browns will cover the point spread at bare minimum. But I do believe they're going to win this game outright. I think, Fox is going to get fired anyways. It'll just sort of be the icing on the cake here. I think the Browns will finally break through and win a football game.
Well, if you bet it, good luck. I'm staying away from this game. I don't want to lay at all. I can't lay anything with Chicago, but I'm done taking and trusting Cleveland to do anything for me at this stage of the season. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. I won't even be close to this game with a 10-foot pole from a betting standpoint.
Oh, I'm going to be all over it. All over it. I've only bet on holy shit. Washington State is getting massacred. I've only taken the Cleveland Browns once all year, guys, against the Detroit Lions, and they lost by 14, and it was an excruciatingly fucking frustrating experience. They were getting points, but now that Josh Gordon's back, they're a better football team. Chicago don't have better players than they do. Like Malinsky stated earlier in the week, this is the time. Cleveland take the field knowing we can win this game. Like, this other team isn't better than us. We can win this game. Trubisky's fucking terrible. They're going to try to hand the football off a million times in a row. Cleveland should win. The only thing is Kaiser going to make that fucking mistake at some point, which he always does. But I'm going to go out on a limb. I just wish it was more than plus 225 with Banner. And I tell you, the fact that it's only plus 225 tells you that the odds makers are worried about this. It should be like fucking plus 275 or something, but I'm only getting plus 225. It's not great. I'd almost rather just take the 7. I want something juicier than plus 225.
No, it isn't great value. It's absolutely horrible horseshit value as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, Cleveland should have won against Detroit. They did. They should have won against the Chargers. They did. They could have won a bunch of games against Tennessee, remember, earlier this season. They had the Titans on the ropes in a game that went to overtime. Should have won that game, and they did. So there's been a lot of coulda, woulda, shouldas in terms of Cleveland trying to win games, but at the end of the day, didn't. Is the result, is the headline. They didn't win those games. I'm not sure I trust them here, but I'm not laying 7 with Chicago or whatever it is, 6.5, 7. No, that's not something I'm interested in. There's better bets on the board than this. And this is not a week I'm firing away on the NFL board. Give me 2-3 good bets this week. I'll be happy.
I actually like the NFL this week. I'm just dog happy. You know what I mean? Basically, there's a lot of teams that aren't justifiably favored here. Like a good example is now that Brett Hundley's in. The Minnesota Vikings are 9-point favorites in this game. That's way too high. The Packers are playing with house money now. They don't give a shit. They can go for a fake punt. They can fucking run a reverse. They can do anything they want here. If they're not making the playoffs, they're eliminated. They don't like Minnesota, so they're not just going to roll over and quit in this game. I think the spread's way too high on the road. Cincinnati, The spread keeps coming down. Hard to trust the Bengals. They're just so fucking gutless, these guys. I want to take the Bengals, Babano, but I can't trust them because they're at least the Cleveland Browns try. The Cincinnati Bengals don't even try anymore.
No, they don't. I mean, and Detroit's on the list. That's one of the games I'm circled. I want to take Detroit. I want to find a way to get on the Lions here in this spot because I don't trust Cincinnati to show up or do anything for me right now. We saw it last week. You know, the news came out that Marvin Lewis, which we kind of all expected was going to part ways. We just didn't know if he was going to get fired or if he was going to leave on his own. Apparently, it was on his own, and there was not much of a lifeless response from the Cincinnati Bengals last week against Minnesota. Now you got to come back home after they're just getting shellacked by the Minnesota Vikings, play a Detroit team that's still playing for their playoff lives. They're still in the mix. I don't like their chances. They got to win out and get a ton of help. But as long as there's belief for the Detroit Lions in practice and preparation for this football game, they can still get in. You're going to still see this team go out there with the biggest and best effort they've got. And if as long as they just give you that and don't turn the football over, that should be enough to win this game and probably cover this number. So, yeah, that's an easy one for me. I want Detroit or I leave the game alone.
Yeah, I'd be careful with this one. Like I said, to me, Cincinnati's the play if they were healthier. But they're out of bodies, man. They don't have anybody.
Offensive line injuries, defensive injuries, you name it. They're dealing with it. Yeah,
exactly. They're without like 7 starters now at this point. But it's Marvin Lewis's last home game ever with the Bengals. It's Andy Dalton's last home game with the Bengals. This is it. It's like last day of school. Like they didn't graduate. It's time to go and work at Walmart. The party's over. They're busting it up. It's the last home game. Like I said, if they have any fucking pride, they'll show up and play for Lewis. But they didn't last week. So the thing is, Detroit always just win by 3 points every fucking week. So I'm going to stand by it. And I'm not crazy about the Browns. Like, I like the Browns a lot this week, but I haven't been a crazy Brown backer. I'm aware they're a terrible football team. Bears. And, you look at the amount of talent that both teams have. Cleveland have as much talent as the Chicago Bears do. This game's going to come down to the wire. The only question is, can Cleveland could find a way of fucking it up. But I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland, rolled them, actually. We saw it last year. They beat San Diego around this time of the year. I think it was week 14 when they beat San Diego at the time. I doubt they'll go, winless. But, they're not beating Pittsburgh next week. So this is it. And they know it. This is motherfucking it. The Falcons and the Saints, I like the Falcons plus the 6 points here, Babano, as well. I think this game's going to come down to the wire.
New Orleans has not been very good from a point spread perspective lately either. They've sort of cooled off ATS in recent weeks, and you've got Atlanta coming into this game. They're going to be feeling a little bit more confident about themselves, the way things have gone for them. It's a short week. I understand that after beating Tampa on Monday night for this Falcons team going on the road. That's not the greatest of spots, but a little confidence in New Orleans, as again, it hit a little bit of a speed bump from an ATS perspective. So it's an interesting game here. It's too many points for me to lay with the Saints. I don't love the Atlanta side, but I'd lean that way. I'm staying out of this game, but if you're taking Atlanta, I could see it. I mean, this is a team that got, I think, a little bit of confidence right now following their last couple of games.
They've beaten the New Orleans Saints the last 3 times they played them, too.
Yep, they do. They got that psychological head-to-head edge. Yep.
Yeah, they have real confidence against the Saints. They do. They match up well with them. They just beat them. Like I said, actually, you know what? They've beaten them it's 3 straight times. 2017, 38-32, and 45-32. And all the talk about Sarkisian sucking, I don't think it's all on Sarkisian. We saw the other night when we watched the game, Matt Ryan missed a couple of passes. They drop passes as well. They have a lot of drops, but they're still 9-5. They're still winning games. And I think they're just going to eventually click as the season keeps on going here. People are like, oh, the Falcons suck. The Falcons suck. And the next thing you know, the Falcons are going to be winning on Wild Card Weekend and advancing. Oh, the Falcons suck. The Falcons suck. They're a dangerous team right now. Miami, Kansas City, I got no strong opinion on. KC or pass, but I don't want to lay the 10.5. The Bills, I hope the Bills beat them, but I can't tell anyone to bet on the Bills here. The Tampa-Carolina game, you said you like the over in this game, right?
I do. I think that's probably one of my favorites this week on the NFL board. The over in that game, because I think Carolina can hit to the mid-30s. They're moving the ball. They've got a crisp, sharp offense going right now. And the worst part about the Tampa Bay Bucks at this point in time is their defense. It's ravaged. I mean, they're losing. Did you see all the bodies they lost in that Monday night game, Tampa Bay, on the defensive side of the ball? Is one guy after another going down to injury. They're banged up in the secondary. Vernon Hargreaves has been out for a while. McCoy's banged up. Levante David, I mean, a guy they miss on that defense, didn't play, probably not going to be back this week. I mean, it's a banged-up, riddled, injury-wise defense, and a defense that was not really all that great before they suffered all these injuries. So Carolina's going to move the ball. Tampa can move it a little bit too. So that game, I think, finds its way over.
Holy shit. The end game right now in the Central Arkansas-Oregon game, 182.5, Babano.
Wow.
Yeah, 182.5. And not looking good for Central Arkansas. They're getting fucking drilled. 55-38.
Down by 17, yeah, already. Ooh.
Yeah, the end game's 25.5. So we're going to have to win the second half, which is going to put us in a little bit of a tougher spot, but not impossible. UNLV is up 52-21 right now. So they're up by 31 points at the half already. That's good. But so now we just have to win the second half there. I see people in the chat now saying that the San Antonio Spurs are toast, and yeah, they're down by 4 with 8 minutes left. I wouldn't call that toast. A lot of time left in that game. All right, back to the NFL.
52-21 UNLV. They're up by 31 at the half. There you go.
Yeah, I know, but I just said that 10 seconds ago. I wonder about you sometimes, man. I swear to God. You're such a nice guy, but I wonder about you.
Keep wondering.
Like, did you not hear me just state that it was 52-31?
No, I just saw the score now. Hit the halftime. I said, yeah, let's mention that. Throw it out there.
Yeah. And you're not even, you know what? You're not even typing. It's not because you're not even distracted or anything like that.
Well, I do have a game on in the background here. I was looking at it, so maybe that's why I just...
You can't look at a game and hear what I'm saying at the same time. I could be a bigger cunt to the fucking people that chat if you want their modem. Yeah, keep wondering was a good answer. I give you points for that one, Babano. I give you points for that one. All right, so Rams and Titans. I'm going to be in a minority on this one. I'm going to take the Tennessee Titans plus the points. And I know I'm going to be in a minority on the next one, the Chargers and the Jets. I'm going to take the Jets plus the points as well. I like both the underdogs at both those games, Babano.
All right. I like I shouldn't say I like San Francisco this week again because I've had them 2 weeks in a row. I'm debating that Jacksonville-San Francisco game a little bit. This is a big step up in class for the 49ers. I know they've treated me well the last couple of weeks. I had them against Chicago, had them against Houston, had them again against Tennessee last week. But Jacksonville's a different beast on the defensive side of the football. For as good as Jimmy Garoppolo's already looked in this Kyle Shanahan offense, it's a different type of animal that he's going to have to try to figure out on the defensive side of the ball in this game. So I'm still only back the San Francisco side. What, they're catching 4.5 home dog. This is a big, sizable step up in class. We'll see if they're ready for it.
Yeah, that's the one I don't have a strong feel on. Or Denver, Washington. I think the Rams are in a big letdown. Tennessee, it's too many points to lay here. The Rams just aren't going to go on the road every week and kick the shit out of everybody. The Chargers are not good favorites. They're chokers. Jets playing with house money, last home game. The New York Jets are 7-1 against the spread. Their last 8 home games of the year. Jets always end strong at home. And I'm telling you, Sunday will be no exception. I was surprised they won the game outright there.
You know what? And this is a perfect game for me to bring up one of my favorite late season sayings that I love bringing up at this time of year. Must win does not equal will win. It just does not. Just because the team needs to win the game doesn't mean they're going to. And that's the spot for the LA Chargers here. I know they need to win the game. Doesn't mean they will win the game. And they're a flaky team on the road now, traveling to New York, laying this kind of number. I worry what's left in the Jets tank, but I'm not in any rush to lay with the Chargers, not in this spot.
It's a great point that you raised. I've said that before, too. Basically, if you're in a situation where you need to win the game right now, it means that you weren't a great team, right? Like that's what it means, because you need to win. And like you said, we all want a lot of things in fucking life. We don't get them. Just because you want it or you need it doesn't mean it's going to happen. And listen, the Chargers could win this game and feel good about themselves and go home for a nice Christmas dinner after, and not win by 7 points on the road. I mean, how many times have they won by 7 points on the road this year? I don't think, off the top of my head, I don't think like ever. Fuck.
It seems like even the Browns game was a sweat too for the Chargers, if you remember, just a few weeks ago. I mean, the lowly winless Cleveland Browns.
By 9 in that game. It's 13.5-point dogs. They beat Dallas 28-6 on Thanksgiving on the road.
Dallas at its most vulnerable at that time. No Sean Lee, no Zeke Elliott. They had just got bombed, I think, the week before that to Dallas by Philadelphia, I believe, on that Sunday night. That was a vulnerable spot for the Cowboys. Chargers took advantage of it, and good on them. Give props to them for that. But it was also a negative spot for Dallas. I devalue that win for the Chargers just a little bit.
And you look at the New York Jets at home, Babano, 38-31 win 3 weeks ago. They haven't played a home game since the win against the Chiefs. Week before that, they lost 35-27 at home to the Carolina Panthers. That game was way close. That was like the worst beat of the year for a lot of people when Carolina covered and kicked that field goal late in that football game. The game before that, their home game, I was at that game. The Buffalo Bills, the New York Jets beat them 34-21. The game before that, they lost to the Atlanta Falcons, if you remember, in a really close game, 25-20. They hosted the New England Patriots. They lost 24-17. So you see a pattern here. I mean, their biggest home loss of the year was by 7 points to the New England Patriots, and that was the game they got robbed in. Remember? It was a tie game, and they got stiff. They scored a touchdown. It wasn't counted a touchdown. The Jets have been a fucking difficult team to beat at home, man. They're money makers. Gang green, make green on this home field, Bebeto. They are 6-1 against the spread.
Yeah, I mean
6-1 against the spread at home. The Jets this year. It's fucking crazy for a team that was supposed to be 0-16.
Yeah, the one non-cover at home was the Carolina game. I mean, Carolina needed a late field goal with a minute and a half to go just to win by 8 and cover that point spread. That is the 1 point spread failure for the Jets at home this year. So,
fuck, I'm so stupid. I wish I would have clued into this early. You know, Babano, it's like the end of the year and you notice these trends. You're like, oh, fuck, this fucking team covered, or this team just went over 8 of the last 9 times. I didn't realize. It's fucking frustrating. Yeah, Patty's fine. Patty's fine.
At home, he's going to be a bit more comfortable. He's a little more surroundings. I mean, I'm not in love with the Jets side with him in there, but I can't make a case to lay this with the Chargers. It's just not their point spread role. They're on the road, far away, 3 time zones over. It's a tough game, divisional game last Saturday night against Kansas City. No, that's not the spot I want to lay 7 with a Chargers team where the favorite has consistently failed in Chargers games. So it's not a game I love. I lean Jets, but don't love it.
All right, and the other ones are kind of crap. I got no opinion on. I got no good opinion on Denver, Washington. The Jacksonville-San Francisco game is a fun, interesting game, like you brought up early. It's a test for San Francisco. It's actually a test for Jacksonville going out west. It's an interesting game, but it doesn't jump off the page to me like these other ones do. Similar situation with Giants in Arizona. I think Arizona probably beat them, but it doesn't jump off the page. It's a crappy game. And the Seattle game, what's your take on the Seattle? Are they going to bounce back after the humiliation that they had the other day?
I don't trust them to do that. I mean, I don't love laying 5 with Dallas. I was open for something a little bit better, but there's some serious friggin' issues with Seattle right now. I mean, this team just was horrible in all 3 phases of the game against the Rams. Nothing went right. I mean, the offense was putrid. The defense couldn't make stops. Special teams as bad as I've seen it. I mean, how many times did the Rams return a punt and get it in plus territory in that football game? They were working with a short field all game long, the LA Rams. And Seattle was just abysmal in all phases of the game. You got the players that are now upset with each other and arguing and bickering now in the post game in the locker room. That's a problem dynamic now with Seattle heading into this game. A team now that's on a 2-game losing streak that didn't just play bad, played really horrible against Jacksonville and against the Rams these last 2 weeks. Now you got to play Dallas. Dallas, to me, still tricky to lay points with them against a good caliber foe, but I don't know if I trust Seattle to bounce back. I think they've got legitimate internal problems with that football team right now. And quickly on the Arizona game, I actually make a case for the Giants there. I'm not laying 3.5 with Drew Stanton. That's all there is to it. And a team that's found consistently ways to lose games as of late. I actually would have preferred them playing Gabbard in there than go back to Drew Stanton again, who was awful earlier this season when he was the quarterback of this team. So I kind of like the Giants, actually. They're at least showing you some fight against Dallas and Philly the last couple of weeks.
All right. Finally, in close, we got Pittsburgh and Houston and Oakland and Philadelphia on Christmas Day. So what's your big Christmas Day plan there, Babano? Family dinner, football, what's the big strip club buffet, casino buffet? What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, that's very tempting. I might say, fuck the family, go to the strip club on Christmas Day. We'll say, but yeah, it'll be get together with relatives, with family, do that on Christmas Day. That's
good news, bad news if you go to a strip club on Christmas Day. The bad news is, you sort of feel like a loser, but any dancer that's working on Christmas Day doesn't have anything else going in her life either. So if you ever want to pick up a stripper, the best time to do it is around the holidays, because if they're working, they're depressed if they're working too.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're there, you can be the great pick-me-up. I'll make you feel better, baby. That kind of thing.
No, exactly. Trust me, I know the different times of the day, different times of the year and nights that are the best time for stuff like that.
It's human nature. That's perfectly reasonable to understand why. You're feeling down on your luck. I'm in a strip club. I'm not with family. I'm not spending the holidays.
Like any chick that's working on Christmas Day in a strip club basically doesn't have a boyfriend, doesn't have anything, and figures out, fuck it, I'm not going to sit here alone. I might as well make money, right? Like no chick's like, oh, it's a great day to make money. Like New Year's Eve, it's a good day to make money if you're a dad. But if the chick is there on a Christmas Day, she's not there because she's got a ton of shit going on.
Yeah, she's not got some things going on in her life that would prevent her from going there. So you're absolutely 1,000% right. And that's your time where you can swoop in and, hey, let's pick up a stripper right there. Christmas Day. Circle that day on your calendar every year. There's your big opportunity.
I could write a book on that. I could write a book on that, like how to pick a stripper up, 101, like tips.
Go to a strip club on Christmas Day and feel bad for the girl. There you go. You got her. You got her palm of your hand at that point.
Well, the other key is, if you want to pick up a dancer at a strip club, is never get a dance from them. Never get a dance. If you go to a strip club and you want to pick up the strippers, sit at the bar. Don't sit at because if a chick sees you get a lap dance, she's just going to think you're a pervert and shit. If you're sitting at the bar, you're just a dude at the bar. Because I'm telling you, once you start getting lap dances from the chick, you're tainted to them. Like they don't bang customers, but they'll bang a dude that's sort of at the bar, and you're sort of above it.
You can admire from afar, but no contact in the strip club with any of them. So that's sort of like, hey, we got a nice, classy, sophisticated dude here. I'd be interested.
No, I'm just here to watch the game. I didn't even know it was a strip club. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're playing up. I didn't even know it was a strip club. I just, I saw that they had the game on. I came in and, I'm not really into strip clubs. Not really my thing. So but I didn't want to leave. I just sort of sat at the bar here.
Yeah.
And then the chicks will think, oh, this guy's different. And they'll sit down at the bar with you and shit. And that's the other key is too. The strippers all hang at the bar because they're all having shots. Yeah. So instead of paying them $10 to talk to them and get a lap dance, if you sit at the bar, they're coming up to the bar and sitting at the bar all the time anyways.
Exactly. I was in Niagara Falls a couple months ago, bachelor party. We were at the strip club there in town. And as soon as they're done their dance and they're done their routine, they're right at the bar drinking shots and slamming them back. Every single one of them.
Steve said he banged a porn star at a strip club. So he's a player. He knows. Hey, listen, this is in my younger days, guys, all right? If I tried to execute the same game plans, but I'm giving you the tips. I'm not saying I could do it. I'm not saying I could walk in and do it, but I could give you a list of do's and don'ts. And I dated a stripper for years too. So I know specifically like what the do's and don'ts of what'll work and what won't in those places.
I know it's like strip club advice with Gabe Morency. It needs to be its own 30-minute show or something.
Yeah, okay. Well, I figured I'll give some people tips. Everyone's saying I'm a big asshole for being mean to you and stuff. I didn't think I was mean to you. But I just, I was trying to make a point.
Actually, you kind of proved my point because I repeated the UNLV score after you did. So you actually kind of proved you right, believe it or not, in a weird way.
I know, but I'll be honest with Ben. After you did that,
and I wasn't even typing during that time.
I know. I looked in the chat after. I was like, "Dear God, is he really typing right now?" And listen, I know we're not on CBS Sports here right now. We're not live on TV, but it is. And I don't mind Babano. Like a couple of. In a couple of things in the chat and stuff, typing in the chat during the interview. But as some people understood my point, it is just it's disrespectful. It's like, you're not listening and you're paying attention to other things and you're getting distracted. And then you were distracted. What were you distracted by? Just looking at the game?
No, it's funny. We do the round table every week, and there's all four of us when we're not talking. We're just all typing away and going crazy and responding to people and looking in the chat and all that.
In other words, you're doing everything except having a conversation and listening to each other.
Oh, I listen. Certainly, I do my best. I think I can speak for the other guys I do the round tables with Drew and Donnie and Jeff, but sometimes it's not always easy to do that, to do both.
I'll be honest with you.
I'll agree with you there.
The last 2 days, I swear to God, the last 2 days, so don't take it personal. Last 2 days, I told Cam's been looking at his phone constantly and shit. And he never does that. Like, I've seen Cam snap on someone for looking at their phone before during a TV show. And I said to Cam, I'm like, dude, what the fuck's what's your deal, man? He's like, oh, I'm sorry. And Cam's got a million things going on all the time. Right? So I told him, like, hey, wait till after the fucking show, bro. He's like, yeah, I know. Like, usually, he said, I don't bring my phone into a studio, I don't bring my phone into the studio. I don't get distracted by shit. You stay focused on, on the task. You know what I'm saying?
There's been weeks I haven't even logged into the chat when I've been on here on a Wednesday night. Tonight I did, and I have. So
no, Normal Nation.
Sometimes I don't.
I need to speak slower for you. It has nothing to do with interacting with you in the fucking chat. Like, I don't know what part of that you don't understand. It has nothing to do with the chat. But anyways, I do interact with you, Normal Nation. It has nothing to do with me interacting with you in the chat.
I think we might have to bring Phil Marino and a bunch of these people that are asking for the stream on a nightly basis into the chat when I'm on Wednesday nights. Because if you do that, that's going to give me the incentive I need to stay the fuck out of it.
That's what I'm saying, Gino. It's the same principle, Gino. That's the point. Like I said, I got no problem. I answer questions in the chat all fucking night all the time. That's not the point, guys. But anyways, yeah, so I told Cam the same fucking thing. I told Cam the same thing, man. Like, dude, Ted Teven, the radio guy I worked with, you couldn't even chew gum around him. Like, he saw someone eating a sandwich once. He basically told him, you eat a sandwich in a restaurant, you work in a radio station. Which one do you want? Which one are you doing? Can't do both at the same time. So which one are you doing? Are you eating a sandwich or are you working a radio board? Like, there's, there's a reason why there's a sign, no food in the studio. Right? Like, all right. No, I love Babano. Good. Babano will type away and answer your questions in a second.
Exactly. Big man's good at multitasking. You're right. I just see him. He barely even looks down when he's typing. He's got a better skill at that, better art of it than I do. I've got to look down and I'm focused in on what's going on there. And that's the honest truth of that. From that standpoint, yes. Probably big man can multitask better than I can in terms of chatting and talking at the same time. I don't argue at that point.
You're the man. You're the man, Babano. I've just busted your balls. But,
that's all right. It's no problem. It rolls off my back, Gabe. You know that. It's never personal. Never.
Yeah, no, I don't. Well, listen, I don't think I was very hard on you, to be honest with you. But people in the chat are standing up for you. So at least you're beloved and loved.
I appreciate that.
Your popularity is going to go up. Like, people, they think I'm the dick, so your popularity goes up. See, I helped you.
It's not a popularity contest. Let's put a good show.
I'm like the wrestling heel. I'm making you the face here.
I know you're turning into the heel. You're turning into like Vince McMahon or something here in the old days. I'm Stone Cold. Stone Cold. Stone Cold. No, I'm not.
That's a very comparison. That's me. I'm Vince McMahon.
Although I do have the beer, like Stone Cold would, so maybe I am Stone Cold.
Yeah, you're Stone Cold. Tell him to fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Texas rattlesnake.
And for the record, Babano's gotten quite a few pot shots in over the last couple of weeks himself, right? So let's not pretend that Babano was some big innocent kid here.
Oh no, I can throw him too.
Yeah. Let's not pretend that Babano's some big innocent kid.
Oh yeah, I can throw down.
All right. Yeah, love you, Babano. Good stuff. Look forward to seeing you at BC, Babano. You're the best.
All right. Awesome, Gabe. Good as always. We'll talk to you again next Wednesday night. Merry Christmas, by the way. All our viewers, enjoy the holidays. I'll be back Wednesday night here on the show. And again, tick, 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 Vancouver in a couple weeks. I'm looking forward to that, Gabe.
We'll speak to you Friday.
Yeah, Friday on the TV show, right?
Yeah, I'll be nicer Friday, too, because there's no chat for you to fucking type in while I'm talking.
Well, I'll be doing other things, I'm sure, while we're – no,
yeah.
I'm kidding.
But you know what? I'll put it this way, Babano. Next time you join this show, I don't care if you fucking type when you talk, all right? Like, that'll be a fair trade-off. How's that? I'm not asking you to ignore the chat, but when you talk, that's when you type. See if you can pull that off and multitask that.
That's not a bad idea. We'll see. We might make that work, yeah.
This was a Festivus edition of the program, the airing of the grievances.
Exactly. It's right now. It is the airing of grievances. The grievance is me typing in the chat on with the show here with Gabe on a Wednesday night. Oh, quickly before I go, you were just mentioning it before I came on the air. Mike Sherman, that move.
Oh yeah.
Just quickly on that. Interesting, fascinating. Hey, worth a shot. Can't be any worse than some of the numbnuts you've had as coach before. Dan Hawkins, Tom Higgins didn't work out. Cavis Reed never should have been the interim coach after he fired Jacques Chapdelaine, which in turn never should have happened. Give him a chance, but still, Mike Sherman has got to learn the Canadian style of game. I know he's got all the experience from south of the border, Green Bay Packer head coach, Texas A&M. I know he coached Brett Favre, the Wrangler Gene Warren, Jen Sturger, infatuated star quarterback years and years and years ago. But he's got to learn.
Infatuated with Jen Sturger.
Yeah. CFL, now he's got to learn the CFL style of game, Gabe. You've still got a horrible guy in Cavis Reed running this show. He's a terrible GM who's built a horrible roster that now Mike Sherman is going to have to work with and try to make something out of it.
Reed, I got to give him credit for the hire, right? I don't know how this came to be, but all right. San Antonio Spurs right now, 92-91, 15 seconds left. They just got fouled. They'll be going to the free throw line right now. But I like to listen to man. I like the hire. You love the CFL. I love the CFL. And we can't say it's not interesting. Look at the CFL Eastern Division right now, man. You're going to have June Jones versus Mike Sherman. Mike Sherman versus Mark Trestman. Trestman versus Jones. You got some decent coaches in the Canadian Football League Eastern Division right now.
Oh, you do. It's interesting. You got Trestman, you got June Jones, now you got Mike Sherman. I mean, you've got guys that have had like extended experience coaching at either the NFL or the college level, and it's a sparking interest here now coming up north here to try to make it in the CFL. With Mike Sherman, though, he is a very good, coach in terms of the offensive side. We'll see if he can get that going here with the Alouettes. The quarterback spot's been an issue. Who's going to play quarterback for this team long term? That's still something they got to figure out. It's a paper thin depth roster. I know Mike Sherman, I give him a chance to succeed, but I still think there's a stench permeating this organization, and it's the guy running the show above him, and that's Cavis Reed. I think he's got to go. I'm sorry. I don't like the guy. He's been horrible as a GM, horrible as a coach, and everywhere he's been since he was a coordinator years ago. I'm not buying any Montreal Grey Cup futures going into next season. Let's put it that way. Not just because they've hired Mike Sherman. This is still a bad roster, and he needs time to instill his work ethic, his system, his playbook, his offense.
You know what he needs too, right? He's going to need to hire some CFL coaches. Like, he can't just come in with his own guys now. So he can run the show and he can run the offense, but he's going to need some coordinators and some coaches that understand the CFL rules and the players that know players around the league. He can't just bring in his own guys here.
Exactly. He needs to be insulated by guys that know the CFL and have been around it for at least a few years. And that's going to be the thing I want to watch. If I see he goes down south and picks a bunch of guys that, can't tell the difference between the CFL and the AFL, it's going to be a situation that could be problematic for Montreal because you have already got a paper-thin roster, quarterback uncertainty. This is a team that was by far, Gabe, from a roster perspective, this was the worst roster in the CFL by far. There was no one close that had as bad a roster top to bottom on both sides as Montreal. That's got to be fixed, and Mike Sherman's a decent start, but he's still got to work with this roster in the end, and they've got a lot of cleaning up to do to make this a more competitive, better, more talented football team overall.
Ian Cameron, a.k.a. Bano. I got a sound effect for you.
All right, let's hear it.
I'm sorry. What are you going to do? I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh, is that you had to?
It's better than getting a gun. This is for you cupcakes in the chat, sweeties.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
Wait here.
That's pretty good.
This earlier. Earlier, here's the sound from the chat earlier.
You got to do that to our poor chat. Oh boy, I heard that. My headphones are working tonight. That baby crying. Woo! Heard that in my one ear. That's loud. Woo! Harsh, shrill sound. Late at night. That's tough.
I love you, Babano. Just for this, man. Just for this, I'm going to hook you up. We're going to have brand new Sports Rage T-shirts live January 5th, Babano. And they're going to be very, very, very expensive. But I'm going to give you one. And the drinks on me. I'm going to give you a shirt as a parting gift for tonight's show.
That's awesome. Hey, apology accepted. If that's the apology, holy mackerel, I'll take that. Free T-shirt and free drinks. Sign me up. I'm in.
Hey, good stuff, man. Always a pleasure, my man.
All right, my friend. Take care. We'll talk to you Friday. See you guys in the chat. Have a good night.
All right. There's Ian Cameron, a.k.a. Babano. There's another in game that we lost with the jumping in on the St. Louis Blues. All my picks that I took before the games pretty much won, and all these in games I'm jumping. But we hit the Spurs. We had the Spurs plus 2.5/3. Cash it. UNLV right now. UNLV is getting outscored 13-7 in the second half right now, 59-34. In-game numbers 37.5. Central Arkansas went on a little run. This is good, guys. It's 63-51 for the Ducks. We're getting like 20.5, 21 in that game. And here comes Washington State right now. Be real nice, man, to go 6-0. We got 6 plays in action right now. We just hit the Spurs, but we got another 6 plays in action. We got UNLV in the over. We've got Central Arkansas in the over, and we got Washington State in the over. I think we're going to go 6-0 on the way out. See, look, there's your boy. Now, don't worry, big man. We can do this on a case-by-case basis. Yeah, we do it on a case-by-case basis. I really wasn't that upset, to be honest. I just, I have a meaner demeanor than I really do in real life. See, that's why Babano's not rattled, because I know Babano. I know Babano. Hey, look at Babano. Man, Babano's answers used to be pretty long. Ever since I started yelling at him about it, you notice he's a little crisper. I'm just trying to make Babano a better broadcaster. If I didn't like him, I wouldn't say anything. I'm just trying to make, I'm like Bobby Knight. I just expect the most out of everybody. The LeVar Basketball League. Yeah, like those checks are going to clear. You got a better chance of one of my checks clearing. Exactly, Big Will. I'm like the soup Nazi. I expect the most from, like, you know, myself. So how can I not expect the less from my guests and my clients? I'm the chat Nazi. That's fair. I'm with Matt H. LeVar Ball's league ain't doing shit. It's like the soup Nazi. Like, you know, like Kramer understood him. Like, Kramer, you know, you're the only one that understands me. I put everything I have into my soup. How can I expect anything less than from my customers myself? And then you guys tried to turn it like, oh, he's turning on us in the chat. You guys are all right in the chat. Yeah, no picks for you. You guys are right in the chat, except that one guy, whoever his name is, it seems to be gone now. Hey, look, I didn't even boot anybody out tonight. All right. I am Negan, and we'll be right back. I am Negan, and I'll be back after a quick break here. Babano's the man. I said, you guys made it more of a bigger deal, and then you rattled me. But everyone's going to go home happy tonight because we're going to go 5-1 here on the way out. I'm not going to promise 6-0, but we're going to go 5-1 with all these late picks. I better. Fuck. I'm a little down on the evening. Seems to be the status quo, though. I'm always down, sort of coming into this late night swing, and then we're going to come out swinging on the way fucking out here. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with some closing thoughts. Leave you with a little Washington State and Washington State K-State action here.
For them to win this game. But Skaggs, the way that he's playing offensively, offense can be your best defense at times, and that's exactly what happened. And you see Snead not guarding him at this time.
Skaggs has 5 3-pointers. The school record is 9. We'll keep an eye on it. Skaggs had 7 in a game earlier this season. Flynn had his heel on the sideline, and somehow it goes in. A tiptoeing Malachi Flynn for 3.
I'm telling you, shot making is contagious. I think it started with Skaggs starting off the second half, in the starting lineup, making shots, using his enthusiasm to get the crowd and the guys going, and there Flynn go, making a big shot, and now his mojo is back.
Flynn 3 for 10 from the floor. And now a chance for Washington State to take their first lead of the game. Daniels in the corner. See how Kansas State responds to this early second half run for the Cougars. Harry Brown Jr. silences the crowd here in Spokane for the moment.
That was just a great read right there by Brown. Coming off the pick and roll, the guy goes under, and you make them pay. Airspace, I can knock down that shot.
Here's Flynn again off the curl. Washington State 8 for 23 from 3. It's Brown again, this time at the elbow. Washington State outscoring Kansas State 16-10 so far here in the second half. Big improvement from the 29% they shot from the floor in the first. And Robert Franks wants to roll and get it. Pollard, the offensive rebound. No. Kansas State out with it.
Trying to slow Skaggs down as much as possible. Put one of the best national defenders on him, the Brown. He's doing a great job of his shot and trying to make it difficult for him to get open and get airspace.
It really seems like the upperclassmen guards of Kansas State trying to calm their team down. Stokes and Barry Brown.
They've been in the moment before, but if you see Stokes right now, he has a little limp to himself. I don't know what happened. If we can get some replay back on that.
The left knee, Stokes is hobbling. Sure if he hyperextended it or what, but you see Stokes awkward having to lean on his teammate Ahmad Wainwright, and that is not good for Kansas State. As Cartier Jara coming into the game as Stokes limping to the bench.
Seems like he can't put no pressure on it, none whatsoever.
He's number 3 on the screen. Got the rebound, and it looked like it happened before that because he already went up for that rebound with 1 foot. He's going to go to the locker room. So Stokes out of this game. 8 points, 6 assists, and the leader of this Kansas State team. Brown takes over. Kicked out. Wainwright for 3. Wainwright got his own rebound and a foul on Deontay Daniels.
Brown had a little fillet action on that handler right there.
See Stokes getting worked on in the hallway there, out on the trainer's table. What does Kansas State do now with Stokes out of the lineup?
Someone is going to have to step up, and you see Brown, doing the majority of the handling. But now Snead is back in the game as well, so you need some scoring out of him. He's one of the big 3 that's reliable, consistent, has been consistent. And you see Brown right there with the putback. He's ready for the moment.
Brown got his own rebound. He is up to 11 points. Snead is still scoreless. Bernstein, good baseline drive.
That was a really good post up by Bernstein to get great position, go baseline, and finish with the offhand, using his right hand on the finish.
Brown got a screen. Loose ball, body's hitting the deck, and a foul on the floor. It's going to be against Barry Brown. Washington State has made it a game, but Kamal Stokes injured for Kansas State. His team up by 4.
The Heisman playmaker versus the SEC's top dog. The defending champs versus the avenging Tide. Oklahoma, Georgia at 5, and Clemson, Alabama at 8:45. New Year's Day on ESPN.
Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? A beautiful sight. Walking in a winter wonderland.
Naughty or nice, we don't judge. Everyone can get our best deals of the season on select models during Hyundai holidays. Save up to $3,500 on the 2018 Elantra or get 0% APR and $1,000 cash back. Only at the Hyundai Holiday Sales Event.
I won this 55-inch TV for less than $30 on DealDash.com. I got this floor steamer for $1.74. What's not to love?
These aren't actors, they're real people who got real savings at DealDash.com, the fair and honest bidding site.
On DealDash, I got this $349 mixer for less than $25.
iPads sell for as little as $5, laptops for $10, and professional cameras for as little as $20.
I got all this great stuff for only $40. I got all this for less than $50 on DealDash.com.
Try DealDash today. If you don't win, get your money back. But hurry, everything must go. Go to DealDash.com now and start bidding.
In my first 4 months on DealDash, I won 104 auctions.
And shipping is always free. Visit deal-.com and start bidding today.
We're keeping an eye on the injury.
47-43 with 12 minutes left. Let's check the in-game total now. 139.5. All right, the other games, all right, good stuff. Oh, yeah, the total's looking good in this UNLV game. Well, we're hanging. We got a puncher's chance. It's pretty much going like we said it would. UNLV's at 75 points with 8 minutes left, so they'll probably get to 90 plus. And Mississippi Valley State should get to about 60 or so. It's a stress job, though, actually. Hey, we're laying fucking 31 points. It's true. Fuck. As it is right now, yeah, they're only up by 28. Let's see if they can pull away here. All right, Central Arkansas, 10 minutes left. Suddenly they're down by 14. Fuck's been a lot of crazy runs in that game. NBA basketball, the Warriors games, actually. We haven't paid attention to that. The Warriors are now up 74-67. They're minus 8.5 in game. Warriors. They're minus. They just took that off the board. Clippers are beating up on the Phoenix Suns right now. Fucking Solus in the Mexican League are rolling. Seems like they always win this team. They're probably no. Is there tonight? Oh, Bet365 is shutting down actually. Warning for anyone that plans on betting degenerate late night, overnight stuff. Their site is shutting down for maintenance. They do this periodically. That's why they give you the warning. Yeah, the Breakers play, actually. The Breakers play in 3 hours. We can't take them. I'd like to tell you guys, yeah, we can take the Breakers here. We can't take them. They're at the Sydney Kings. I don't trust them. And I don't really want to take the Sydney Kings. I don't trust the Breakers. It's come to the point. You can't imagine a Loshak and showing me. We should get Loshak on. I'm thinking about bringing in a special guest tomorrow night. Old school guest, actually. We'll see if he's available. Is the Washington State game toast over? No, it's not toast. I got the over too. We're going to have to sweat it, you know. We're a little off the pace, but it's not toast. 47-46. Yeah. And we're like 10 points off the pace. Yeah. Kansas State suddenly isn't scoring right now. Well, Washington State just took the lead, so that's good. We're on, you know, I'll take a split. I'm getting a little worried about UNLV being up by 28 only. I thought they were up by more, 75-45. 75-45 is only 30 points. And they're up 75-47, so they're up by 28 right now with 8 minutes left. Central Arkansas is hanging around, down 12. Like I said, if we can go 5-1, that'd be real good. If we go 4-2, I'll take it. If we go 3-3, hey, it is what it is. Fuck. I don't trust the Breakers, Bobbert. That's the thing. I just don't trust them. They were really good, Bersama, but they went on a little break because of international play. They were 9-1, and ever since they've come back, I think they're 1-3. Bobbert says they get it done, and I think they probably do. Sydney, it's like Bobbert knows. Bobbert lives in that neck of the woods. I just can't trust them, guys. Maybe I'll play a little recreational play on them, but I'm not recommending. I'm not recommending taking them. But Bobbert knows this shit. He follows this shit too. All right, so I got to get out of here. I got an early morning doctor appointment, which normally I wouldn't have to end the show right now. I don't care. Fuck, I don't sleep much anyways, but I'm probably going to be there for a little while, and I'm going to have to rush out of there right to do the radio show tomorrow. I'm pretty casual about this, considering who knows what the fuck they're going to tell me. But as you get older, it's like, whatever. Fuck. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. It's in God's hands. It's whatever, if I have something, whatever's wrong, if I have something wrong, it's already there. So it would only be psychologically different because I already have whatever I have if I have something, which I don't know. I got nothing serious, though. It's routine shit. Routine stuff. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm not ending the show because, I got to wake up early so much, but I'm not going to have time to send in the stuff. I got to send in scripts for the TV show in advance. I can't just show up and do it. Like, they need it like 8 hours in advance, 6 hours in advance, minimum type shit, so they can get everything ready. There's a process to this stuff. So I could do it first thing in the morning, but that's when I normally do it overnight, or I'll do it first thing in the morning, but I can't do it in the morning. So now after I end here, I'm going to be up to like fucking 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, just typing. I'm not going to sleep tonight, but I got to get this work done. I don't have a choice. I appreciate that, Andrew. Yeah, you know what, guys? I'll put a small play in on fucking the Breakers. How can we not, right? We've been riding them all year. Small play. But I appreciate it, Andrew. Yeah, like I said, there's no it's not a life and death thing or anything like that. I don't know if it's going to be a prostate drill. I'm just going to get a bunch of blood tests and shit like that, I imagine. I don't know. Like I said, I've seen a doctor a couple of times, and he didn't seem to be overly panicked. I asked him, I said, I was worried I had cancer. He goes, nah, if you had cancer, you'd have this, this, and this. I was like, all right. So as soon as he told me that, and even though it's not confirmed, because everyone gets cancer now. So I've known a lot of people have died of cancer recently too. So I was like, fuck, I probably have cancer already. And I asked the guy point blank. I said, is it cancer? I brought it up twice, like point blank. Is it cancer? He goes, no, I don't know. No. He goes, it'd be much more extreme. He goes, no. He goes, I just think your diet's kind of fucked up and it's causing problems in your stomach and your fucking system. And he went on in this long diatribe. So that's why you see me pounding water back like crazy and shit now. Exactly, XR351. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'm not getting any younger, Our bodies are like cars. I got to fucking go to the fucking mechanic, I guess. It is what it is. It's all good, Bobber. Yeah, we've been on a nice little run. No, trust me, Bobber. I don't like going to doctors, right? But I know that something's wrong. Like it's been a while. Like I can tell. So. And I've gotten better, actually, but I'm still going anyways. I want to deal with this because I'd rather just face fucking shit and deal with shit than fucking let it fester. I learned a lesson. A buddy of mine recently had a similar situation. And he let it fester, and the fucking doctor told him, you're a fucking idiot. And like, because you waited, you have to get this surgery now. Because if you would have come in here like 4 months ago, you wouldn't have to get the surgery. So like the guy told me point blank, he's like, Morency, don't fuck around. Like I had to get a surgery because I didn't go. Like, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to go. Yeah, exactly. I'm not getting any younger, Babano. If you want me to be sticking around busting your balls, I better go. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Let's just do a quick score check on the way out here. Ooh, Washington State's up 54-49, and the in-game total's up to $1.40, so we got a puncher's chance at the total there. All right, good stuff. UNLV just went on a little bit of a run right now. UNLV are up by 33 with 7 minutes left. That's good news. Good news, Central Arkansas still hanging around, down 11. So we're on UNLV on the over, we're on Central Arkansas on the over, and we're on K-State in the over. And I think a lot of you guys are too. You know, we didn't mess with this basketball NBA game because, you know, we didn't really watch it much. And we got 6 fucking plays going on here with college. Let's try to hit 5. Let's go 6-0, 5-1, 4-2, guys. Other than that, you're on your own. To clarify, I love you all in the chat. I got no problems with the chat or interactions in the chat, as you know. It's just a pet peeve of mine. People look at their phones and people that type when other people are talking. It was as simple as that. Am I old school and grumpy? Yes. I'll give you that much. Am I mean? No. I'm a teddy bear. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Give us a thumbs up for Sportsbook Review's sake, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Other than that, you're on your own. See you later, Shano, Vanfa, Bobber, Gino, 351, Skooma, Vishnu Ace, Sinceros, Andrew Sinceros. See you later, Bersama, Ryan J, Normal Nation, everybody else in between. I don't see you in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Football game tomorrow night. I'm leaning with Florida International plus the 7 and the over. Tune in. I got Teddy covers on the TV show tomorrow. We'll be breaking it down. Joe Lisi as well. Other than that, you're on your own. Later. 6-0. 6-0.